of the point, but you know, whatever.
Let it burn. Damn it, V, it's stuck in my head.
It's stuck in my head too.
Which is weird considering Surya's past. She doesn't want to let it burn. That's already happened.
Surya has no problem with fire.
I keep reading your name as sure, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You all, besides B, I guess V has just switched his too. Felix is switched, I am DM, and Sox isn't in here.
Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. I am not looking at the runs that are currently going over the weekend.
Stop working. Stop.
It's literally
Working
Saturday,
while
dude.
trying to play the game.
No, done working. Was just making sure everything was still running.
Done working. It's just working real quick.
I'm ready for that, this period of time to be over.
How long has this period of time been? A couple months? Almost a year?
Huh? No, it hasn't been a year.
There he is.
This
do that again
current
if I try.
iteration of things that are fucked up at work has been about a month-ish. Like super fucked up at work.
Oh, so before it was just slightly fucked up at work?
Yeah. It wasn't 70-hour weeks twice in a row. Fucked up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, for some odd reason, you all, through your assorted means, methods, or otherwise, have got rumors or some stipulations or even orders to head over to a small crossroads village known as Red Larch. And Red Larch is a town on the Long Road, a few days travel north of Waterdeep and a few days travel south of the Tribor. It's a way stop for caravans coming to or from cities of the north, with an inn named the Swinging Sword, a tavern called the Helmet High Sun, and many craftspeople who cater to travelers. Starting with B, since she's first on my list over in this bottom left area here.
Okay. Starting with me, what? You want me to describe her, or? Hello.
B. Ignore Mio in the center of town, apparently.
Oh, that's there. I see Felix too.
I don't see a town.
I see a Princess of the Apocalypse.
So do I.
No, only I see. What's the town, I think.
B, you have basically just arrived at Red Larch. If I recall, I don't think you were actually living here, right? Mio was the only one that was currently like actually stationed / living here.
Sure, yes. That's fine. Absolutely.
Anyways, so yes, you have arrived in Red Larch, and obviously you have a name to go by. I think you have a business / what they are to go by as well.
That's correct.
And you came from what, Waterdeep?
Yeah, I mean, I've been traveling, so yes, that's also fine.
Then I need a bookmark. Hey, Beardcomb, you're a bookmark now.
In fact, that makes sense that I came from Waterdeep, so yeah.
For all intents and purposes, I think you arrived from down here. You're huge. You take up the whole road.
She is tall. She's just laying down in the road.
Pretty much you arrive. Doesn't really seem to be much in the way of guardsmen guarding the road in or anything like that. You have come across / passed / been passed by caravans along the way. The bulkier ones, of course, you've passed. The lighter ones were probably empty and returning for supplies themselves. So since you have arrived, where would you like to go, or what would you like to do?
It's the middle of the day.
Yeah, it is. It is still actually morning for you.
Oh boy.
Also,
Okay.
why did someone type rival quarry in here? Socks, why did you do this like weeks ago?
I don't remember.
Oh my god. Oh, you didn't put those in? Oh yeah, they're in Sox's color.
Quarry,
Busy.
rival quarry.
I'm currently busy trying to add an exclamation mark to the end of Princes of the Apocalypse.
Oh my gosh. He must draw on everything. Idle hands.
B is going to find the tavern. She's gonna look around for the tavern.
Just go back. You said Swing Sword Tavern and High Sun. What?
The inn is named the Swinging Sword, and the tavern is called the Helm at High Sun.
Helm at High Sun. Thanks.
So, B, you do know the name of the tavern. You have been informed of that much. So you go looking for the Helm at High Sun.
That's correct.
All right.
I could control my token earlier. Oh, there we go. I have to drag it. It will not move
Can you?
by the arrows.
So you can control it. No, that's definitely a Foundry thing.
Yep.
Oh, I swear I remember controlling it with the arrow keys, but yes, sure, it does not matter.
Well, you could if I actually had a grid on this map.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, copy that.
So you kind of make a beeline straight for the Helm at High Sun. You cross the crossroad part of it actually, and you basically come around to stealing your character, stealing, right there, and you
Yay.
finally see the sign.
I made it.
Rather relatively easy to come to. It is morning, so there's not too many people here. And it is open, and you hear some jovial noises coming from inside, but nothing, out of the ordinary for a tavern. I'm guessing
Okay.
you would like to go in.
She would like to make her way in and make friends with the bartender.
Only make friends.
Well, for now.
It's early.
It's early yet. Now she's here.
All right. You walk in, and yeah, it is decently empty right now for being morning. Most people are actually just heading out towards their jobs or anything like that. And you see a male human behind the counter, basically just doing that thing tavern keepers like to do. He has a mug in his hand, he's got a cloth in the other, and of course, other hand shoved in the mug, doing the cleany thing.
Ah, the best. She will casually lean up on the bar.
And just doesn't really say anything to him.
Well, she's waiting for him to be ready to, serve her. She's not going to be like, hey, stop what you're doing.
Oh, she's a kind one.
Yeah.
Ah, yes,
I
daydream.
like how you still went into the wrong building.
Did I? Yeah, I did.
Went into somebody's random house.
Yeah, she will patiently wait until he is available to help her.
Well, hello, lady. What can I help you with this fine morning?
I'm new to town and looking for work. Was wondering if you need performers for your evenings.
Performers? We haven't had a performer in this tavern for quite a while.
So maybe you're interested? What's your name, by the way?
I go by Garland.
Nice to meet you, Garland.
And I
Bee.
have... Hello, B. I have 2 partners. One of them happens to be late for work, but the other one goes by the name of Justren, and he's in the back somewhere. It's hard to miss him. You'll see him. But if you're looking for work, are you looking for work specifically here?
Well, taverns seem to be a good place to make some coin for me and for you.
Yeah, it could do that. I don't really need much in the way of promoting my tavern, though. Most people tend to come here as it is to begin with. So, what are you, besides any compensation of pay, what else are you looking to get out of this deal? What can I perhaps get out of more work from you?
Well, I'm pretty handy, but kind of depends what you need. I willing to do pretty much anything for spare coin. Performing's my trade, but I have a few other skills.
Well, perhaps I can set you up with something on the performance aspect of things first. And come tonight, I'm sure there are others in town that will be able to help set you up with other particular do going on around town. Been a lot of rumors about town lately, so I'm sure you can find something from there.
That sounds great. I would love that. Bye, honey.
Bye.
I could have super responded as Garland to that.
Sorry. I knew he was gonna fucking leave right when I was in the middle of RP. Like, I knew that was gonna happen.
Alright.
Um,
Pause yours
yeah.
there, and we shall move to Felix.
You said it's about midday.
It is morning. It
Morning.
is still morning. It's now trending more towards afternoon. And you have just arrived in Red Larch.
Excellent. I'm
What
feeling
city did you come from?
Waterdeep. So I'm coming
Waterdeep as
from
well.
the
All right.
north. I'm coming from the north. No, south, because it's north of
South.
Waterdeep. Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm kind of hungry and I fancy something sweet. Are there any sweet shops or bakeries around?
Well, you do know of a bakery. Or wait, do you know of a bakery? Let's see. You
I
are
had a
already
friend that
trying to
worked at
ping
a
the
bakery.
entire
Sorry.
the entire thing. Okay, so you do know you are one of the ones with a friend that worked at the bakery.
Yeah, I'm friends with the baker in
All
town.
right. Well, then you are given enough information to know that the bakery is actually along the long road. It is not in your current view from what you can see. But you know, just traveling down the long road, you get to, you cross the long road, you get to about here. Let me steal your token. And you see, of course, the Helmut High Sun. Huge sign for it again, pretty obvious. But just past it, you do happen to come across another sign that does happen to, you know, have basically a loaf of bread on it, and underneath says Lauren's Bakery.
We will go ahead
Yes.
and visit Lauren.
You go past the Helmut High Sun, you go past there, and you go into this building here, and you crushed it.
How could I? They're all dead.
Dead.
Wow, starting early.
The proprietor of the building looks up from an oven in the back and says, "Actually, let me. I'll be right with you. What can I help you with?"
I was hoping for a bite to eat and maybe a chat.
bite to eat, and maybe a chat. Well, a bite to eat, you might have more luck over at the tavern.
I thought you had all your goods done by mid-morning. Don't you start at like 6?
Well, where do you think I sent them all off to?
I suppose it's fair. I thought I'd just catch up. It's been a while, Lauren. I'm gonna reach out and shake hands with him.
He turns around and actually scrutinizes you a bit further. And I actually have a Lauren token around here somewhere. I hope one of these is Lauren. Sorry, this is taking me a little bit.
Lauren can be whoever you want him to be.
No, seriously, I've got like 5 bajillion tokens around this map.
Just floating in space.
I think I might just. Oh, definitely not one of those. No, 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 no. Okay, that didn't even move how I wanted it to. Who are you? Who are you? Alright. After scrutinizing you, he's just going to take a 10 and recognize after a bit that you are indeed an old acquaintance of his. And he says, "Ah, Felix, it's been a while."
Has been. You sure you haven't got anything out back?
He reaches under basically the display case where you actually did see some stuff. Reaches below that actually and pulls out what seems to be a fresh loaf of something. Has a faint cinnamon smell to it.
Ah, you always did know my favorite. So, what's new around Red Larch? It's been a little bit.
There's quite a bit new around Red Larch, but perhaps for another time at the moment. I still need to finish up my work and then I can get back to you. Just give me like maybe an hour.
That works for me.
Alright, we will move on to the next person. Mio, the person who actually kinda has been living in Red Larch for a while.
Okay.
I think I almost threw you onto a different map entirely. There we go. Alright, so you can now see. Mio, remind me who or what place you were actually hanging out with, and who, I guess.
Was Halina Hanadrum, the owner of the bathhouse?
Right.
There's a bathhouse.
Not after
there is
I'm
a
done with it.
bathhouse. There will still continue to be a bathhouse.
I want to hang out there.
You'll get there eventually. All these tokens. Alright. I can count my numbers, but I can't find this building. There it is. So this is gonna be funny. Boop.
Everything's in one part of town, huh?
It's very centralized for the more busy side of town apparently.
It's also not a
But it
very
does make
big
sense. Having the
town.
bathhouse next to the inn, next to the tavern, it makes good sense for that.
Sure.
The bakery next to the tavern and inn where you'd want to send off all the food and whatnot.
Yeah, makes sense.
So you've basically been given a sort of back room that has a cobbled together cot for you. You've actually tweaked it more to your liking anyways to make it more comfy for you. And you absolutely have a fully unfurled string of yarn that once used to be a ball that you can only imagine you have unfurled in your sleep.
Start trying to furl it back up.
You take a little bit for that, and you obviously get it back furled into the ball of yarn that you have loved to play with for weird reasons. Not at all akin to being a cat.
Put it back into the pouch or something for now.
All right. And you head out of said back room. You head towards the front. Helena is not actually present. She doesn't really actually need to open her shop until much later in the day.
Makes sense.
From her habits about town as it was, you can assume that she is stocking up on things for the bath or for herself and you at this point.
Okay. Guess since
So,
I just got up, I'll go get something to eat.
all right. So you will head over to the Helmet High Sun as well.
Yep.
We will plop you there. So this is, again, a bit later than when Felix arrived as well. You arrive at the tavern and you are immediately greeted by a sight that you don't recognize from the normal locals in this town. In fact, this is a very exotic sight. You know of this race as Tiefling, but this one seems even more exotic than the Tieflings that you have seen in the past. And then from behind the counter, you get. Hold on, Garland was his name? Yeah, Garland.
Yeah.
I have so many names I need to remember now.
Does he run the ironworks?
He is not Garland. Garland from behind the counter. You know, you've seen him doing this many a time, cleaning the mug of ale. You've never really seen it be a different mug of ale. It's always made you somewhat curious. But whatever the reason, he from behind the counter says, have a seat. We'll get you some food shortly.
Okay.
Where would you like to sit?
Close to the tiefling.
At the same table or a table close by?
Close by and stealing glances.
Hey, tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely recognize an exotic person walk into the tavern. Someone you are completely unfamiliar with race-wise, and the only way you actually aren't shocked by seeing a person like this is for the fact that your own background and history in the Feywild has shown you many exotic sights. But you are completely unsure of what this person is.
Okay.
You hear their back and forth, and then you see this. Are you a short tabaxi, Mio?
She's 5'10", so a little on the shorter side. For a
That's actually
tabaxi.
kind of tall for a tabaxi. All right.
Short
Well,
for
tabaxi,
tabaxi.
it's-
Yeah, short for a tabaxi, but
Yeah.
not that B would know that. You see this this figure actually sit nearby you, but not actually at your table, and you absolutely see this figure stealing glances at you every now and then.
Oh, well, then I'm definitely going to join them.
All right, so you basically pick up your own bowl of food that you have procured from the bartender as a basically kind of advance in payment on your performance tonight.
Cool. That's good. I have no money.
And you go and sit next to this feline figure, and we will pause it there.
Sure.
You know, everyone's arriving from like the southern end of the long road so far. I think even Surya does as well.
Yep.
So Surya, you are finally on the map. You
Hey,
arrive from the southern end of the long road. I think I can throw all of you just like in this player's banner now. Yeah, there we go.
All right. So the first thing Surya would do is she would look for your lodging.
She would look for what?
to secure lodging.
All right. So she would want to head to the Swinging Sword specifically to actually secure said lodging.
Okay. Which one is that? The tavern
That
everyone's at?
is not the tavern that everyone is at, but it is the building directly across the street from the tavern. Whoop.
Ah, perfect. Hello, Innkeep.
Why, hello there. How may I help you?
I've been dispatched from Summit Hall. I'm looking for a room for the night. And possibly
Dispatch from
longer.
Summit Hall. We haven't had one of the nights here in a while.
I've heard of rumors of late of some cultists in the area.
Oh, that is troubling, and I can't actually argue against that. I have similar rumors floating about town too from that. Let me actually set you up with a room for free, because I assume you'll be very helpful to the town.
Thank you, Innkeep.
She goes and gets a key and says, you don't need to keep calling me Innkeep. My name is Kylessa.
Well, thank you, Kylessa.
What's your name?
I'm Surya.
Surya. I will try to remember it.
And then I'm gonna grab the key, head to my room.
It says room 1.
Room 1, yes.
She points you in the direction of your room. It's obviously not very far away. And you use your key to unlock the door and head into your room.
Yep.
Looks like it has a pretty comfy double bed in there with a desk and a stool and even a little torch lamp light for you to, do your writing or reading in the dark, whatever you desire.
Alright. And then I'm gonna mostly drop my pack, take a notebook, and yeah. Start thumbing through pages.
All right. You do actually hear a knock at the door.
Who is it?
It's Kylessa. Have you
go knock.
had anything to eat today?
Not since breakfast, ma'am.
Why don't you head on over to the tavern next door? They've been serving breakfast for a few strangers already.
So Surya's gonna start to object when her stomach starts rumbling, and then begrudgingly heads next door.
When you get on over there, tell Garland it's on me.
Thank you.
All right. And you're gonna have to actually describe yourself as you walk into the tavern.
Alright.
Well, so there are details in your background that I'm not sure what all you are taking and moving forward with.
Okay. So I mean, walking in, you see in full chainmail, sort of 5'9", just jet black hair, and walking. Not, there's just something off, but you can't quite put your finger on it. In terms of like the appearance.
All right. And Surya, I will need you to give me a nature check if you are trained in it. If not, don't worry about it.
Nope.
Otherwise, you do immediately see a tiefling that is sitting next to what looks to be a very feline humanoid.
Alright, I'm gonna warily keep my eye on that as I head up our Garland.
Hello, another new face in the town. That's 2 today.
Hello, I'm gonna butcher this, Miser. Thylessa? Sent me
Kylessa.
over. Kylessa sent me over to grab a meal.
Did she now? I'm betting she said it was on her too.
Yes, she did.
All right, I'll make sure she pays. Here's your food. He hands you your food as well. And where would you like to sit?
I'd like to go into a corner and just sort of keep a wary eye on the strain ongoing.
All right. We will pause that there. We'll go back to Felix.
I would like to know that during this past hour I'd been helping him as much as he would allow.
Which actually leads to I already forgot his accent. All right, that's the last of the stuff I needed to make. Let's get this over to the tavern.
Sounds good.
All right, you two both start heading over to the tavern. And when you get there, if you would also like to explain what the people see walking in.
Good evening. Delivery for bread?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm walking carrying trays of breads and pastries next to my buddy Lauren. I am a 5.5-foot half elf with silver blue hair and a short sword and a dagger strapped to each side of my waist. I have a smile on my face and a stuffed turtle on my belt.
Mio, I would like it noted that you do recognize Lauren, but the person accompanying Lauren and carrying the stuff helping him out, you do not recognize at all, besides the description given. B, on the other hand, this is a familiar face. For some weird reason.
Mhm.
Felix, you see a familiar face sitting next to what seems to be a feline human, humanoid, I guess, on top of another person sitting kind of way off in the back corner somewhere, minding their own business, eating their food. You see every now and then giving a wary glance around the room, especially with new people entering. Garland pipes up, "Loren, you finally got the food for me. Thank you." Loren says back, "Yeah, you got a lot more guests than I would expect this morning." Well, if you don't mind, Garland will tell you where to set that down, and then, well, obviously there are a lot of new people here, and I'd like to get to know them too. So, Garland leads you, Felix, and Lauren over to where you guys can set the stock down. Garland starts going and sifting through it. Says, "Well, since you helped out Lauren today, let's get you another meal. Call it on the house too. May as well."
Appreciated. I'm gonna call out to the bar. It's a lot easier to serve if everyone's sitting in one place. Why don't you all come join us?
I think that was to the rest of you.
Yeah, B's gonna get up and go up to Felix and say, "Hi, I'm B," and shake his hand.
Greetings.
And then she's gonna go to Lauren and do the same thing. Say, "Hi, I'm B," and shake his hand.
Felix. You look familiar.
Hello,
I
B.
do.
Nice to meet you. My name is Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, Felix. I look familiar, you say?
Yeah, are you from around Deepwater?
I travel everywhere, but I guess I look familiar to a lot of people. I'm distinctive and I like to put on a show, so maybe you've seen one of my performances.
Could be. You remind me of my teacher.
Oh, really? In what way?
She's also a tiefling.
Ah, not all tieflings are made the same, but I know what you mean.
Mio, what do you do?
I turned around in my chair and just watching. Tails
Siri,
switching
how about
back
you?
and forth.
I am eyeing the tiefling for any funny business.
That I would have assumed. It's almost like the antithesis races are in here right now.
Do you two care to join us? Food's hot.
I assume I already introduced myself to Mew in the few minutes we had by ourselves. So I would probably encourage her to come over.
Yeah, get up and kind of skip over.
Oh, I like you already.
Food's plenty warm as it is. And I'm just gonna stay in that corner, keep eyeing, trying not to overly draw attention to myself at the same time.
Literally the only other person in the bar.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, dear. Meals are best when shared.
no offense, I don't know you, and I don't know you, and I don't know you. Think I'm
Seems
fine.
lonely over there, so Mio we'll skip over there and sit down right next to her. Hi, I'm Mio.
Surya.
Now you know who I am.
Interrupted that.
What's your name? And how'd you get here?
Wait, did V say something?
He said, "What's your name and how'd you get here?"
Surya, I was dispatched from Summit Hill. Or Summit Hall.
Oh. How long have you been here? Haven't seen you around before.
About an hour. How about you? How long have you been in the area?
I don't know, how long have I been in the area?
You've been here about a week.
About a week.
Then maybe you can help. I've heard some rumors about cultists in the area.
Felix is
looking.
gonna perk up at that. Cultists?
Oh,
Yep,
that
B's
sounds
heading over
bad.
to sit down too.
Felix, I'm sure I'm charmed. You mentioned cultists in the area?
That's the report that I got on my dispatch.
That is concerning. I have friends around here.
It is our duty to protect the common folk of this land.
Who
Therefore,
dispatched you?
I am a member of the Knights of Samular.
The Knights of Samular. I'm familiar with them, but please remind me.
We are a knightly order that follow the teachings here. It is our solemn duty to root out evil wherever it may lay.
Well, that's a good cause.
What
Yeah.
about if it's standing
All the
instead
better.
of laying?
If it stands,
Got a
then it
smart
will
guy
soon
here.
be laying.
Yeah, did they say where they were or anything like that, or were you just trying to find that out here?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Almost as if you guys completely forgot he was there, Lauren pipes up and actually says, "Yeah, I don't know about any cultists, but I have heard tell of a scare at the haunted tomb."
Ooh.
Go on.
Where's that?
Yeah. Well, I've only heard rumor of it. You'd have to actually talk to the person directly that was scared. But name of that person is Pell. You'll find Pell around town somewhere. I don't really know where at the moment.
Mind divulging this rumor?
Apparently, Pell saw a goblin near the tomb, and figured that a gang of creatures had moved in and rigged a haunt to scare off intruders.
Do they pose a threat to the town?
I mean, if they are goblins, the haunted tomb isn't really very far off, so there could be raids on any caravans that could enter the town. So it is a threat to them more than us. But yes,
We should go check that out.
It's as good a place as any to start.
Sounds like fun.
Care for some company?
I figured we all were going.
Safety in numbers.
Absolutely.
I would actually like to talk to Felix again, since I actually have a bit of a debt to settle with Felix.
We need to catch up a bit anyway.
Ooh.
And not to be too forward, but B, would you mind coming along too? I heard you're looking for work. Garland had told me while you guys were all settling on a table to sit at.
Sure, 3 sounds like a party.
Oh, we're getting somewhere now.
Careful, Lauren is known for his parties.
Oh, where I
suppose-
come from,
What kind of
his
party?
party is not going to be anything like what I've seen, but I'm interested now.
Where you're
Trust
from?
me, Mio, it won't interest you. I'm sorry.
Mm.
About when's good for you to meet Lauren?
If you could actually come with me right now, I could actually settle our debt, and you wanted to know a bit more anyway, so I can tell you more of the going on at the moment.
Sounds good. I'm going to follow Lauren.
Same.
I will return them to you two shortly. All right, you two head off with Lauren back to his bakery, and when you get in there, he turns around and says, as a little bit of an extra perk, you both might want to actually be on the lookout for a certain treasure that might be around that haunted tomb as well.
Oh?
Oh, now we're talking.
So you're gonna have to talk to Minthra Mandiver. I can never figure out how to say that person's name. Minthra, I do know that part. You're gonna have to talk to Minthra more about how to get to the treasure, but they know more about it.
Where's she at?
My book says a certain area that I can't just outright say area. But in detail, he describes around this area specifically that is being pinged on the map.
I see that. Southern Orphanage.
So,
Not to be confused with the Eastern Orphanage.
no, it's actually Minthra handles a poultry place. So
Oh. Southern Poultry Place. Is she going to require payment of any sort?
think of this as free for information for those of the Emerald Enclave, or even the Hand of Yartar, as it were.
Much appreciated. I assume that. Can I assume something of you?
Sure, I reserve the right to correct you.
Did you happen to work for Zentarum?
Yeah, you
do,
might have seen me at
perhaps?
a few social gatherings.
That might have been where I seen you. Okay. That makes sense.
I am wherever I'm needed.
Much
I
understood.
I pretty much assume that the both of you will report any relevant information to me anyways as it comes up.
Of course. As
Yep, that's
is
the plan.
required to pay for services.
That is what will actually let me get you a room at the inn so that I don't feel so bad for actually asking Kylessa to set you up for free.
Also appreciated.
Yes. The comfier the bed, the better, please.
I heard some of the initial rooms in the inn have the comfiest beds, so we'll find out from there.
Only if it's no trouble.
Well, you can head on back to the tavern. I will get you to your keys. Report back to me whenever you go to this tomb and figure out what's going on there. I don't need any of the treasure. I just need more information if you have it.
Anything in particular you want us to look out for?
Just report to me whatever you think is important to actually report. I'm sure you'll know it when you see it. We all have our scares of rumors going on here, but the Haunted Tomb is actually really the biggest one I know of right now, so
Fair enough.
Sounds good.
I'll bring you back something nice.
I will have your keys ready for your rooms.
Gonna head back to the Swinging Sword Inn. Is that what it's called? Oh no, we're at the Helmet Heist on
You're already
Tavern.
in it.
Yeah, that one.
We're at the Swinging Sword is the inn, the Helmet Hyson is the tavern.
Yeah, I pulled up my notes.
There you go.
We're back. He just wanted to set us up with some room and board later.
Oh, that's good.
Well, they
Yeah,
were
what
gone.
a nice man.
Could I have asked Mio what Mio knows of the tiefling?
I will actually, before you guys do officially get back, cut to the Mio Surya show. Hence, Mio Surya show. Start.
Tell me, Tabaxi, what do you know of the tiefling?
Not much. She just came in and she was here when I got here for some food.
So she's new to town.
Can I retcon that you don't actually know what tabaxi are?
Fair enough. Plus, I think Mio gave me the name, so I'll say Mio instead.
I think a few
So-
people have said her name at least. So
Yeah. So she's new to town?
yeah, as far as I know.
Do you know if it can be trusted?
Why wouldn't you be able to trust her?
The demonic heritage?
And that's what B walks in and no, I'm kidding.
I don't know. What does that matter? She looks really neat, though.
I'm just saying, I don't know her intentions.
Well, maybe you should ask her.
Garland pipes up from behind the counter. To be fair, she doesn't know your intentions either. And Mio doesn't even know your intentions, so you're just as untrustworthy as the rest of them at the moment. I think you should probably just give a little trust to people before you just start judging.
Yeah,
Easier
you're being
said
awfully
than done,
judgy.
friend, when the devils are involved.
Garland's on racism patrol for me.
Hey, I gotta play true to the times.
No, I fucking love it. Please keep going.
And because Felix and Surya have already explained themselves, B, when you walk in, what exactly do you look like again? A tiefling?
Yes. Dark purple skin, long white hair to her waist. She's got black horns that kind of tuck back behind her ears. Super tall, and her leather armor is painted pink with flowers all over it.
She a legs for days kind of tiefling?
Oh yeah, for sure legs for days. And actually, if you catch a glimpse of her shoes, because she's wearing a skirt, she is wearing point shoes.
Nice.
And purple isn't necessarily a common color of tiefling. I know you guys can't really pick the color you're born with, but that is highly uncommon, isn't it?
I believe that it is extremely uncommon, yes.
Black horns aren't as uncommon, but black horns do tie the style together quite well. You couldn't have been born more lucky for yourself.
Yeah, funny how that works, huh?
It's almost like you created yourself.
Whoa, now.
Almost.
Whoa, now.
And same thing for Mio, since you have been around the entire party now. Could you also explain yourself in full?
She's little taller but thin and graceful, and she's got kind of brown hair with some darker patches. Trying to look for where I wrote this down. She's got dark brown hair that she keeps in a ponytail, goes to about the middle of her back. Some green clothes with some kind of newer looking leather armor over the top of it. Kind of a dark green cloak strapped over her shoulders.
Also, Mio, I would like to point it out that a big reason why you have not been able to do much of super important work yet is because of you have been a very exotic sight around town. Children especially have been flocking to you to basically play with you every day, and we'll say for brevity's sake of moving you actually into this week without actually getting any work done, that you got super distracted by pretty much the town the entire time without actually encountering any rumors or whatnot.
Oh yeah, totally would have played with the kids if they came to play with her. 100%.
And back
guess
to
Oh,
all of you coming back, unless Surya, you had more you wanted to say.
I was gonna say, probably since Mio's been sitting with Surya for I don't know how long their conversation was, she'd probably start to notice that my eye color is probably a bit different from most humans.
Give me a perception check, Mio.
First roll of the game, don't fuck it up.
Did not fuck it up.
There you go. That bodes well.
Yeah, so
So not only
Ah.
can Mio see that your eye color is a bit off, but she can also see that you just have a different luster about you, period. Now that she's able to actually see you closer, it's definitely not like a normal human's Mio.
You seem different than most of the other humans.
I don't quite know what you mean.
Huh? I just kind of look different, and just skin seems kind of off.
Yeah, guess I had strange parents. You're fairly different looking yourself.
Yeah, get that a lot here.
Officially, Felix and B have rejoined the party now.
Actually, I want to retcon that a little bit because I think B would have
Bum, bum,
suggested that
bum.
before we go back to the tavern, we go get some chicken.
Yeah, it's fair. Can always wash down some bread with some chicken. You know, very normal thing to do.
Super casual and put together. My character is never awkward or weird.
But it'd probably be me would probably enjoy chicken, I bet.
You think
So-
we want to have? You
I
want
just-
you want
I'm
to
just
tuck
gonna-
and
I'm
throw
just
with others
gonna-
around?
Let me RP this a little bit for you guys, since we're retconning a little bit of it for the time that you caught it. Mio, because you are pretty damn keen of hearing as it is, you kind of heard some footsteps on the deck as if some more people were about to walk into the tavern. And then, not even like a moment later, you hear those footsteps retreat.
Wonder what that was.
And
was?
Felix and B, you have said your stuff and are now going to get chicken.
Somebody.
I like to
It sounded
imagine
like
this
somebody
was
came
all
up to
under
the
his
door
23
and
perception.
You can make a perception too.
Oh,
I will
I
allow if you want
definitely-
to make a perception to hear that too.
I definitely didn't pick it up.
Oh, okay. And you two have headed over to get some chicken. Give me a moment. I have read all of these NPCs like 5 times and I still have to read them just to figure out their fucking personalities.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you have to be very careful not to say Garland instead of Garland.
I did not say Garland. You have said Garland once just to try to confuse me. I have said Garland.
Uh-huh.
Person's last name is not Garland. The person's first name is not Sid.
That's good.
Person's first name is Garland.
what's his last name?
Garlemald.
Garland.
All right, so when you come upon the building, you actually get there and you see a sign called Mondiver's Poultry. And you're never gonna spell it right, so I'm just gonna type it in the.
I spelled it
the-
Mandiver.
So did I. It's Man Diver.
Oh,
Mondiver.
Jesus Christ.
Mondiver. Exactly.
Let's fix that in my notes. Stand by.
All right.
Come on, module, with these names.
The VVER is silent. It's just Mondi.
Oh, I didn't see there were 2 V's, so I spelled it wrong again. Okay.
Handy Mandy.
Okay. That's a word.
You want to take the lead again there, Felix? You seem to be a little more practiced than I am.
I'm a little bit more familiar with Red Larch, I think. So, sure.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stride on. And is this like a shop type of area? Or is it
It
someone's
absolutely
home?
is. When you walk in, you see what looks to be a pretty kindly old lady and 3 other people in the building. And immediately, like, you walk in and almost on cue, you hear a hit the as a butcher's knife hits a block of wood, and a chicken's head kind of plops off near Felix's foot.
He's gonna pick it up and toss it to the person who was chopping. Gently.
He chucks it like an improvised weapon.
Right?
Roll to hit.
Improvised.
The person who was looking at the head fly off looks up in shock as the head is now flying back at this person, catches it, and says, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mom, there's someone here for you." "Who is it, dearie?" "Oh, I think they're customers." "Well, see them in, see what they need."
Lead the way.
Basically, you guys walk in and the person kind of rubs off their hands, gets the extra blood wiped onto their smock so that they can actually walk around and touch some things as they open a door and lead you into a back room away from all of the stuff on display and the kind of weird sight of intro that you saw to this building. And you see through the window that you had seen before in the door an old lady that is sitting kind of like a podium like thing so that she can one part overlook her children working in the shop up front and one part just remain comfy while sitting and knitting. And she says, "Hello, what can I help you two with?"
We were hoping for a little bit of chicken and a little bit of information about a tomb. Lauren sent us.
Oh, well then, I understand completely. What are your names?
I am Felix Deepwater, and this is my companion.
B, very nice to meet you.
Just B, like the letter B? No other names to it?
Everybody calls me B.
Just B.
Just the letter B.
It must stand for beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I can help you with the chicken and... Alright, so... Obviously, Lauren has told you a little bit about this goblin problem, correct?
I didn't go too far into detail, but he did mention the haunted tomb. Or rather, just the tomb.
Well, it has reason to be haunted, but we can't really say goblins are the reasons for its haunt. My granddaughter, Pell, had a frightening encounter with a quote-unquote ghost near this long-forgotten tomb a short distance outside of town. I can't help but wonder what Pell had actually seen, so I would like to get a group of people out there to look at it, but no one in the town is really capable of doing so, and the ones that are too busy handling other problems with all of the other rumors running about town right now. We're kind of delving into chaos here, it seems.
I think you're in a bit of luck. We got a number of people who just rolled into town today.
Well, thank you. Of course, obviously, Loren told you about an extra treasure there. Well, I can't say for sure if there's a treasure there, but I do know that I can reward you more as the treasure, so to speak, instead of anything that you do find there. Of course, you are also still able to keep anything you do find. I don't care about that. I just want to make sure it's safe.
Of course.
So nothing extra to look out for while we're there. We should just come see you when we're back.
And if there happens to actually be any truth to my granddaughter's claim, I would like you to take care of it, because we can't have goblins attacking any caravans or even the town itself, especially my granddaughter. Can you imagine if my granddaughter was butchered by goblins?
That would be awful. Who
Or
was
even
this?
worse,
awful.
if she was raped?
Up front, you actually hear her as you can only imagine Pell has overheard this bit and has now realized more in full what could have actually happened to her.
That would be awful.
Completely awful.
Who is the tomb built to?
Oh, I don't know. As I said, it's like a pretty forgotten tomb. I have no clue. Some other doddering idiot, most likely.
Tomb is old as shit.
And it had a reputation for being haunted forever, and the goblin thing is new, or...
The haunted thing might just be a tall tale from Lurin. He's known for that stuff.
Aha. Well, Felix, maybe we should bring everybody else and talk to Pell together?
That could be worthwhile. We also need to grab some chicken.
We definitely need to bring some chicken back with us.
Do you have any
If
prepared?
you're bringing it to the tavern, Garland can cook it more for you from there. I have
Perfect.
all of it seasoned and everything for you already. All he has to do is
Perfect.
put it in his oven.
Excellent. Thank you very much, grandmother.
You can just call me Minnie.
Thank you, Minnie.
Absolutely, Minnie.
We will head back to the tavern. Well,
With
I will.
some chicken.
I
I'm
think
coming.
chicken is like a few copper, maybe a silver.
I got it. I think. Maybe. Do I have any money?
Maybe.
I have money. I can cover it. I
I
will.
have hella money. Wait, I think. Was I supposed to start with a lot of money, or is this a leftover from Old B?
Might be a leftover from Old B.
Because I have
Uh,
665 gold. That can't be right.
That is absolutely a leftover from Old B.
Okay, let me go look at starting
Please
equipment.
subtract 1 chicken's worth of money from your stuff kit.
Gotta say,
And,
probably
like-
2 copper.
Yeah,
595 gold.
I'm gonna go look at starting equipment and figure out how much money I'm supposed to have.
Okay, I paid two copper for the chicken.
All right.
Was it fried?
Not yet. Garland needs to cook it.
Yes, I should not leave that fan on high. Yes, Mio, there was a Goblin Slayer reference.
I thought so. I haven't actually seen the show.
Hmm.
All right. You two make it back. Suri or Mio, since they were gone even longer, do you have anything else you would like to have RP'd?
I was just gonna. I'd probably ask Mio if she knew anything of cultists in the area.
I probably wouldn't have known much, since apparently I've been distracted by children and while I've been here.
Hey,
Well, then answer
children
that way.
This?
Yeah, haven't been really able to get out of town much, so haven't heard much of anything. Kids are really fun to play with,
Alright.
though. But it makes it hard to get anything done.
Does it now?
Yeah, every time I go out, they like to play around, probably because I look different.
You don't say.
Yep, I do say.
This okay? So what have you been up to? Or what were you aiming to do in the past year? Other than play with the little children.
That makes it sound so dirty.
To be fair, we already have a Goblin Slayer reference.
Well, I had found this map that had a dwarven stronghold that wasn't too far from here, and I was kind of seeing what I could find about that, but couldn't really search for anything.
Miser, I'm proficient in history. Would I know anything about that?
Dwarven
You're gonna have to
stronghold.
repeat that stuff. Dwarven Stronghold, and you can give me a history check.
Okay. Do you want me? Where do you want me to roll it?
You can Beyond 20 it. If you still have Beyond 20 installed.
I don't.
Nope.
I'm gonna drop it into Discord.
Okay.
Quick.
And Beyond 20 has been functioning quite well for Roll20 as well again, so whatever the
Okay.
issues were in the past, they have been fixed.
I
Yeah,
rolled
it's
an
been
18.
fine.
Alright. So in your stay and training with the knights, you are aware of the history of the area, which it's a very riddled history. It started off.
I'm really sorry. This guy here. Right back.
Hmm?
D-
He
He
DoorDash
walked away when
just
you
got here.
started describing what he knows.
He rolls and then walked away?
DoorDash, man.
I've absolutely answered the door with the headset on like a lot of the times and forgot that I have the headset on.
I like it when they just circle around in the cul-de-sac, not sure where your house is.
You spent a while just watching them do that instead of helping them. And I think I had numbers on my on my garage and mailbox at that time already.
Oh yeah, you did.
I don't know,
So
he just
they're-
did 3 laps.
Just look for the person awkwardly looking at you through the blinds. Anyway, Socks. Surya, are you here now?
Nope.
Apparently not.
Ask questions, disappears.
So it seems.
Dead, Jim.
So Mio, Surya has seemed to have completely blanked out as soon as you had mentioned the words the Dwarven Fortress.
Are you okay? And she starts poking her.
Felix and B, you come back into the tavern to see Mio poking a completely spaced out Surya.
What happened to her?
I don't
Huh.
know. She just kind of blanked out.
Weird.
Probably a paladin thing. Hey, Garland.
Yes?
Got some chicken for you from Minthra.
Hey, sorry
Ooh,
about
chicken?
that. Oh, fucking cat.
Hey.
Hey, that's racist.
I hand Garland the chicken.
Oh, did you get this from Minnie?
Yeah. She said it just needed to be cooked, and I don't fancy eating it raw.
I would imagine none of you would. I guess I can prepare this for you.
Appreciated. Feel free to take some. Little cook's fee.
Oh my god, I kill some cats.
Pardon?
And there
Wow.
goes Surya again.
Oh, sorry, I was back for a second. She's gone again.
Surya has drawn a weapon on Mio and has started viciously attacking Mio.
What did I
Hey,
do?
now I'm
Why?
suspicious of Surya.
You know exactly what cats I was referring to.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. Well, this devolved quickly.
This party is done. It's no party at all.
I set a new record.
Even Istithan lasted longer than that.
PvP in the first session.
Oh boy.
Istithan also lasted longer than Alfir.
Well, Alfir came back.
Not
guess
dead
that-
yet.
Istithan kind of did too, so
Two only kinda came back.
it's totally different. Anyway, moving on. We
All right.
brought chicken and information.
Ooh.
Real quick before we get to that, Surya, you have heard the history of the Somber Hills and the Deserin Valley. You know that somewhere in the history there was a Dwarven stronghold. Somewhere in the history there was even darker forces that took over said Dwarven stronghold, and then somewhere in the history again, all of it has since been abandoned and unfindable.
Do I at least have a name for him? Or for Mio?
For the Dwarven Fortress thing,
Yes.
you do not.
Okay.
Something lost to the annals of history.
We've got a lead, by the way. Turns out that Pal is Minnie's granddaughter. If we wanted to go talk to her tomb, could get location and what we saw, or what she saw, rather.
Did you
Oh.
talk to the granddaughter?
Nah, we were just grabbing chicken first. We wanted to swing by and regroup first.
We thought you might also have questions, so we thought we would gather.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. Pops up.
I will begrudgingly get up and make my way to chicken store. The butcher.
Garland says, but I don't. Tonight, I guess?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Alright,
Excellent.
I'm actually going to have this slow roast then.
Wonderful.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Sounds delicious.
Promptly takes it out of the oven immediately and starts preparing it a different way.
I'd let them lead the way, but would be kind of skipping behind.
Surya, are you bringing up the rear?
I don't know. I was out the door behind Mew. What are the other two doing?
We'll lead the way. I mean, I will anyway, if Felix doesn't care.
Ugh.
I'm already at the place.
Let's
Just
go.
as a bit of RP, because I'm sure B does this. B, you probably walk with like a huge sachet to your step or whatnot.
Yeah, well, it's really all about the real sauce to the walk is the tail that like sweeps just over the ground at all times.
And
But
does
yeah,
it give
there's
like an alluring flick at the end too? At like
exactly
the end of each arc.
exactly. But there's definitely a sway to the hips. She is curvy.
Not in any sort of you are attracted to this, Surya. That's I don't really care. That's up to you. But it as your watchful eye is still untrusting of B, you do come to notice a lot about how she walks. And it was as Bex has just explained to you.
Tiefling, Mew told me to ask you directly. What are your plans here?
Well, my name is B, Surya, and I'm just here to have a little fun, make a little money, do a little dancing.
What does
You
your
know.
Ooh,
fun
you
entail?
dance?
I am a dancer, yes. In fact, I agreed with Garland that I would perform tonight and see if we can make him a little extra coin.
Ooh, that would be fun to watch.
I assure you that it will be. And I wink at Mew.
I hope your fun does not entail seducing a poor villager.
Did you just say seducing? Sorry, you cut out.
Yes.
Oh, my fun entails all kinds of different things, but, you know, just harmless fun, all with, active consent.
Just sort of grumble, keep walking, eyes straight ahead.
Mew would be, at that last part, Mew would be looking back and forth confused.
And the three of you reach the poultry shop as Felix basically is tapping his foot.
Felix, you ran so fast.
I wanted to catch Pell before she went out to the tomb again.
He must
Yeah,
really
let's
like
definitely
chicken.
prevent that from happening.
And at the moment, the one that had kind of not shrieked but was surprised by her grandmother's statements, Pell does actually walk out the door, and she says, I'm supposed to tell you how to get to this tomb.
That would be much appreciated, Pell, as well as anything you remember about the ghost you saw.
Well, the ghost was most likely a story that I was told. I thought the tomb was haunted, but when I got there, it was goblins that I had seen.
Do you remember how many saw?
Just the one. There could be more though.
Did you see where it came from?
No, it was just there.
And did it see you?
I don't think so.
What were you looking for at the...
Well, I wanted to see if the tomb really was haunted, so it was we were like kind of me and the other kids were kind of having a game to test bravery and stuff.
The other kids?
I was the only one that actually went.
What is the
Oh.
legend around this haunted tomb?
It's sounding more like it was just a tall tale than anything. I don't think it's actually haunted anymore.
Lauren can talk some big game, Surya.
I see. But if we need to worry about more than just a couple of goblins, I would like to know what we're in for.
You mentioned you know where this tomb is at, pal?
And with that, Pell does actually go about giving you the directions to the haunted tomb.
Fabulous.
Keep saying haunted tomb. And you keep shirking my inquiries into the haunted.
And he would like to call shenanigans on that.
That's because there are kind of coinciding stories that are. This is out of game. There are coinciding stories where Felix and B already have more information to know that it is not haunted compared to what Pell has already seen. So Minnie has basically dispelled the illusion to Pell that it was haunted, as Felix and B have been searching for more information.
Okay.
Because what Pell had described was not a ghost. Pell had thought that she saw a ghost, and Minnie said, "No, you're being silly. It was a goblin type of deal thing." But all of that happened in the background. More so as Felix and B and their factions have pushed things forward more.
Just a bit.
Just a teeny tad. You're welcome.
About how far away is this tomb? Based off the directions that Pell gave us. Is it like a day out? Is it an hour out?
I will
in
see
town?
in a moment because I need to search that.
Cool.
I will be right back then.
Bye.
Some of these houses are tiny if that ruler at the bottom is accurate. Like most of them are less than 20 feet across.
That's
Like
actually a true approximation of how houses would have actually been in size back then too, though, because a lot of houses were just like barely single room. This is where a lot of us sleep type of deal.
This is one.
Mhm.
This one's like 5 feet by 5 feet though.
That might be a shack, sir.
Yeah, and maybe they have the Amsterdam situation. There's like a house in Amsterdam that's like 4 feet wide because they were taxed based on the width
But
of their
it's really
house.
tall.
Yeah, but it's really
Right.
tall. We went there. It was fucking cool. It's a
I
tea
am
shop
back.
now.
Sounds like a really stupid tax code.
Yeah, well, and this is like, a medieval tax code, but that's when the house was built, so. It's Europe. Nothing makes sense.
They should have just taxed by the square foot.
You mean like
The square
America
meter.
does?
Yeah.
America dog.
The square meter if you want. The cubic meter.
Do you want an America dog?
Bless you.
Excuse me. It was really good though.
What'd you get?
You're gonna hate me. I just ordered Panda.
Oh yeah, I don't agree that it was very good then. I don't hate you. I just would never join you in that.
My wife and I got sushi today.
It's like Taco Bell every once in a while.
Yeah,
It's
except
hot.
no judgment. I just think that Panda tastes like shit.
I have never been to Panda.
You've clearly
So-
never ordered Beijing beef black.
Nope.
This tomb is actually pretty much within walking distance, right outside the town proper.
Oh, that is very close for goblins.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That is alarming.
Which way is it? Northeast, south, or west?
It literally does not give me a direction.
Oh, that's cool. Can we just say it's east?
Sure, it's outside the town.
So like we should it'll take us an hour to walk there or something?
Or actually, whichever side the church is on, probably be closest to the church. Assuming there is a church in town.
Think there is, yes, but regardless of direction of that at the moment, it will not take you very long to get there. The town itself is not very big. It only takes like maybe 5 minutes to walk from one end of the town to the other.
I feel super obligated to go deal with this if it's that close.
Yeah, are we
Yeah,
it's
let's
like
go.
still pretty morning, right? Like I don't think I will miss my obligation to do the thing I promised to do this evening if I go right now.
Correct.
Cool, then let's go.
Mio is starting to skip in the direction.
Sure, yeah, Mew, you guys for this? You have no obligation really to help this town, any? And
I have
you're looking
every
for
obligation.
cultists anyway.
I have
I thought we
every
were going. Let's
obligation
go.
to help town.
All right. Well then,
I'm already heading there. Let's go.
Mew, I like you.
we're gonna head east
Let's go.
to the tomb that's totally on the east side of town.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
I'm totally moving my token.
I am totally gonna have to make use of something.
I'm off the
Uh-oh.
map.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was a dangerous thing that Miser just said.
What kind of armor is Surya wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. Okay. Surya, once we get close, do you mind if, like, I don't know, B and I or Mew and I scope it out a little bit? Think that we're a little bit quieter than than you might be.
I have been very loud.
Ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk.
And
I
probably
I
be
can
good.
be real sneaky.
Just out of
Oh, yeah?
game. I have -1 in dexterity, so yeah.
So you have disadvantage and a -1 to your stealth checks?
Yep.
Excellent.
I think it'd be good to get as much information as possible before
All right.
alerting our presence
Basically-
to them.
To put it bluntly, then, you guys reached the edge of town, and as you guys had this conversation, Surya and I'm thinking B might stop. Then
Yeah, I'll let Mew and Felix go ahead if Mew is fine to do that. I'm sneaky, but probably not as sneaky as she is, I will say.
If I were to put a number on it, I'd probably say that I'm a +7.
Wow,
Right,
that's very
then-
sneaky.
Felix and Mio, I need a perception or investigation check.
Come on,
Yeah,
first
leave
roll.
me alone with the racist
What?
paladin. This will go great.
I got an 8.
I got a 21.
As you two are searching together for this, it does not take you very long to actually spot what seems to be a brigand's camp.
A brigand's camp?
Yes. So let's just read a bit about this. As you two are searching, you come across a dark rectangular hole that gapes amid the grass and vines of a nearby hillside. A stone door can be seen ajar in the tunnel's dim depths. The door bears chiseled marks that might once have been a name. As you search the area, before entering whatever this tomb passage might have been, you discover a brigand camp hidden among a boulder jumble that's about 150 feet away from this tomb. It's become pretty obvious. It's hard to miss. There's actually what seems to be a sort of hulking figure sitting at one of the chairs that is roughshod there, basically like a larger rock. And whoa.
What?
Whoa.
The fuck
Oh.
just happened?
The fucking cat. Well, guys, I
Jesus.
have Beyond 20 working.
so many athletics checks.
Wait, you at some point can get beyond 20
Storia's
working
doing
as well.
jumping jacks in the background, just like trying to work out right now.
That hooks into Beyond.
Yeah, roll 20 and beyond 20 can hook together. You just have to, when you get beyond 20 installed on D&D Beyond and roll 20, just hit the beyond 20 icon in each of them, and it'll activate to where you can actually use it.
Beyond 20 icon in what?
Beyond
You
20
have
is
Beyond
a
20
Chroma
first.
Chroma plugin
Extension. Yeah.
extension. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Beyond 20 Google Chrome extensions. Add to Chrome. Sure. Add extension.
I am going to explain a bit more about this. As you guys sneak up on this encampment a bit more just to see what's going on, you actually come to see that that larger figure is a half ogre, and you see a smaller figure that is actually the goblin that you can assume Bell had seen.
These are in the camp.
These are what Felix and Mio see in the camp.
Does the camp look big enough to where there might have been more than just those two, or?
Just looks like those two.
Okay.
All right. What are they doing right now?
Weirdly enough, it looks like they are super transfixed at looking at the tomb.
Are they
Hence why I have
saying
not
anything?
required you two to roll any stealth. They're chatting among themselves, but it's unintelligible at the moment unless you understand Goblin.
Damn it! That was the one I didn't take.
I didn't
got-
take it either.
You always learn Goblin for level 1. Come on now.
I took Orc instead.
But yeah, that is what's going on there, and that is where the Tombs Passage is too. About 150 feet away from the Brigands camp is that Tombs Passage that I had also explained.
Okay,
Alright, I'm gonna motion to Mew to fall back to the other two.
She'll nod
What
and
did you find?
we'll start walking back.
You two get back relatively quickly.
I got good news and I got bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is tomb's open. Maybe bad news that tomb's open. But anyway, the bad news is there is a half ogre and a goblin outside the tomb.
I've always found the best way to deal with this is to go straight through it.
They aren't really paying that much attention, so
And it seemed like they were looking at the tomb though, so if we were
Playing.
trying to go to the tomb, they might stop us. So
we should be able to get relatively close to them and take them out.
Let's do it.
yeah.
I imagine. How do we want to do this? Do we want us two to sneak first and then you two to follow behind? Do we want to just go right in?
I am also pretty quiet, and I can do plenty from range, but I don't know what Surya thinks.
I'm pretty much good in close combat. I can use a bow, but I prefer not to.
I'm gonna guess Surya would rather be close also.
Indeed.
So
I'm pretty good with this bow.
Surya, if you can get their attention in the front, I can walk in from the back, and the other two can support from long distance.
sounds great.
Sounds good. Let's go.
I can very easily get their attention.
You what?
I can very easily get their attention.
Excellent. So that's the plan then. We'll have Surya go in front, Felix will go in behind, with Mew and B also supporting from long distance.
Yep.
Are we going to take down the half ogre or the goblin first?
Ogre?
If
Alright.
we take down the ogre, make sure the goblin does not flee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Goblin would be the quicker one to take down too.
True.
So, Surya, you are just approaching flat out from the front, correct?
Oh yeah.
Mio, Felix, and B, I need stealth rolls.
I'm good at those.
I should be good at those.
26? 26.
21.
18.
Actually, how do you roll in the chat? Is it just /roll stealth?
Oh,
Like how I did in
do you have
D&D.
beyond 20 now?
Yeah, grab beyond 20.
If you click on
So
stealth,
you have
there
your
should
character
be
sheet
a
open on D&D Beyond.
Yep, I got my character sheet open in D&D Beyond.
Click on stealth,
Stealth.
and there will be a Beyond 20 icon that appears in that text box over at the right.
Oh, neat.
Yep, there you are.
I liked the one that I actually rolled better though.
Alright, I am going to flip you guys over to the screen. This is in no way indicative of what you guys are actually starting at. All I know for sure is that Surya is actually approaching from the front.
Hell yeah.
So Surya, you walk pretty much around this this area of boulders. You were basically keeping the boulders between you and the half ogre and goblin, and you heard some chatter stop. And then as you round the boulder, you see that they are both actually looking directly at the boulder to see what would come out from behind it. And then they see you, and they draw their weapons, and they in Goblin at you, they start chittering. In Goblin, I don't know if you understand Goblin.
I do not. I did not pick Goblin, surprisingly.
You were giving us a hard time for not taking it, and then you didn't take it either.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Double standard.
They draw their weapons,
I draw mine.
and I hate that I cannot put caps lock and open up windows at the same time.
Well, this isn't where we actually are, I think, right?
Correct?
Yeah.
I am actually 50 feet away, yeah? Or
Yes, you are the only one that is actually where you are at.
Well, I can't
Great.
move myself off the map and I'm behind you. I just disappeared. I'm gone. I can't get myself back. I can't.
The whole point of you being able to actually,
Meister, get me back.
that's funny.
I'm gone.
You got a little bit taller.
There you go.
You got
Hey,
even
I
more legs
think
for
I am.
days.
I think I am the tallest one among us.
How tall are you?
6'1".
That's a fair
More
bit
than
taller
me.
than Felix.
Let me know if you guys see this. Well, I'll probably just see immediately if you see this roll. Alright, you did not see that roll.
Nope.
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 Then B, Mio, and Felix, you can place yourselves up to 30 feet away from them however you want, as Surya has their full undivided attention.
Oh, behind them. I get it. Hold on.
this is where you guys go to the tomb and just leave me to my fate?
Oh,
He's
bye,
Surya
Mio!
kind of a dick, so yeah. No.
I do
How
not wanna be
does
this.
sneak attack work?
Close to you. It's a very bad place for me to be.
Move yourself where you want. You still have the opportunity. Yep, there you go.
Perfect.
Are you all set?
Hey,
Mhm.
kid,
Yes.
just gonna point this out. They are gonna come at me.
We
They
would get
come-
a surprise though, wouldn't we?
That we are getting to that. I do want this might not matter, but I do want all of you to roll me initiative. You can do that through Beyond 20 as well, Kit. Make sure to have your token selected, and it should populate for you.
Nat 20.
B,
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't have your token selected.
Oh, sorry.
I got you.
I can type it if you want me to.
No, I got it.
Oh, that's neat.
I think I'm the only one who put my name in my character sheet on Roll20, and that's why I have one.
I put mine on it. I think it just
I put
shows our
mine on it.
names.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I have a lot of characters. I need to name them to keep track of them. be honest,
That's
I'm not
sort of funny.
terribly surprised at my initiative. That -1 is gonna be so much fun.
I am not terribly surprised at your initiative either. I looked at your sheet and saw the -1 to Dex, and I'm like, does that actually take away from your AC? I think it actually takes away from your AC.
It does not. I checked.
Does not?
'Cause I'm wearing
Wow.
heavy armor, it completely overrides.
Oh right, that's
Nice.
right. It sets you
Very
at.
nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, if you
So
were
we are
wearing
just going
leather-
to surprise round this, basically exactly as it shows on initiative order. Actually, Mio, what is your +2 initiative?
3.
Yeah, I'm 2. So,
All right.
Also 3.
well, because we rolled the same number.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Felix, surprise round action go.
And I do not get sneak attack, correct?
You do. You are sneaking. They are not aware of you. You would currently have advantage on an attack against them because they are unaware.
Okay.
You're gonna
In
wipe
that
out
case-
that goblin, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. So I'm gonna go for an attack on the goblin.
All right. Swing better.
How? Oh, there we go. We will use our
You
short
just-
sword for our first
Yeah, you
attack.
just select your weapon and then you can do the roll through there.
17.
17 is a hit and you do 7 damage. Weirdly enough, 7 damage is exactly the amount of health that this goblin had. So as he was chittering at Surya,
The chitter.
Surya, you saw this the whole time, just kind of trying to keep a smile from your face, even though you have this always serious expression. You just knew what was coming to this goblin. As you absolutely see this chittering goblin just gets a sword quickly protruding from its open mouth.
One
My-
down.
I'll use my bonus action to swing at the. Can I use Can I use my offhand on a second target, or does it have to be the same target?
I am pretty sure you can select a different target as long as you are still within range.
Okay, then I
I'm
will
not
use
fully
my
sure of full dual wield rules, but I'm pretty sure you can.
offhand on this guy. 24. No sneak attack.
Or is a super hit. And no sneak attack. Wow, max damage though almost. No, not max damage.
Well, does
Is
it?
No.
I think offhand just as the dice, it doesn't have the modifier unless you
Yeah.
have the feat.
So D4 then.
So it was.
So
3.
3.
Can you guys see his health bar?
Nope.
Nope. And that is my turn. My move, action, and bonus action.
All right. I don't think there we go. I can. Haha. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Good. All right, Mio, your surprise action.
Gonna hit it.
Surya, you might not actually be able to do anything.
Oh, I know. I already did what I needed to do.
17.
17 is a hit,
Jesus.
and that's 7 damage.
Yep.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
That's it.
B, you also have a surprise action.
Cool. Well, I guess it does it already look like it's pretty hurt?
It
Can you
looks
see
like
that health bar?
third.
Oh, yes, I can. Hello. Okay.
It's looking about that hurt.
I am going
Oh, thank
to
God for health bars. I no longer have to explain that shit.
cast Bane.
Bane.
It's a
Alright.
DC 13 charisma save. Is this thing super charismatic?
He is not.
What a shock.
You don't know that. He could be a smooth talker in the bar.
Well, his current role suggests that he is super not.
In the half ogre bar.
No, he is baned.
In that horrid village over
All
there.
right. So that is all of the surprise actions. Now we get to the actual turn order. Felix. Unless B, did you want to move?
Nope, I'm very happy where I'm at.
All right, Felix, it's your turn again. You no longer have advantage on your attack.
Okay. Did I didn't roll advantage last time. Oh well. Probably doesn't matter. I ganked the goblin in one hit. In that case, we are going to. How do you customize it? Silvered. So would I just click it twice if I did have advantage? Or
There
disadvantage?
is an option that you can click on the actual icon. Whoop. Well, that's a short sword. That is indeed. So click on your D&D Beyond icon in the upper right
Okay.
of your Roll20 window, I guess, and it says type of roll, and you can actually have it normal roll, always roll twice, ask every time, roll with advantage, roll with disadvantage. I usually have it ask every time for playing on Foundry. I'm not sure how that works here, but you
Okay.
can set that up there, and if you
So-
have it ask every time, I think it'll actually give you the option when you get back to.
Yeah, it'll give
Roll20.
you a little pop up that has a drop down where you can select if advantage,
Yeah,
disadvantage,
it pops
normal.
up pretty well.
Sounds good. I'm going to attack him. Didn't ask me. Oh, it asked me on that one.
Yeah.
So normal. Submit. Okay, so 15?
15 is a hit, and you do 8 damage.
8 damage. And then I'm going to disengage with my bonus and back up.
All right.
Wait, do you get that at level 1?
Nope. That's level 2.
Is it level 2? Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm
I
playing a
was
rogue
out of that.
Like a
tomorrow.
full action? Oh, it's a full action. Okay. Well then, in that case,
Yeah.
my bonus action will be another stabbing,
Whoop.
just with the dagger this
There
time.
you go. I put you back so you can do the stabbing.
Sorry about that, Kit.
No, you're good.
Keeping them honest.
I assume a 6 does not hit.
A 6
Since
is
that's a-
indeed a miss.
Sorry, Matt
You
Ryan.
actually miss so extravagantly that you chuck your dagger on accident to the other side of the ogre.
I'm glad I have 2 daggers.
All right, that brings up Mio, unless you want to try to attempt to move away or move towards your dagger. It's basically just like right here.
No, I'm just gonna pull out my other dagger.
Mio,
Gonna shoot again.
shoot, doot.
17.
Jesus.
Is a hit. And 10 damage.
Yep.
Oh, good.
He's
Excellent.
really super hurting.
That's
I
my
am
turn.
going.
All right, B.
I am going to look at him and be like, "Hey, you ugly," and cast vicious mockery. And really hope that he fails his DC 13 Wisdom save.
Wisdom, all right. Oh! Oh, cool. He actually saves, looks at you, and says, "Oh, ugly, you're pretty."
Damn it! Oh, so sad.
The half ogre's turn. He says, "Pretty woman," and
Uh-oh.
starts trying to move towards her.
Fuck!
Felix, you get a
Opportunity
reaction?
attack. Yeah,
Please
I'm gonna
kill it.
opportunity attack that. Do I get? There's no advantage on it.
No.
What the hell is super advantage?
I don't know. I am assuming it's something I've wanted to put in anyways at certain points. You super hit, and
It's
this
super dead.
bloodied as hell ogre that was trundling towards B because he all of a sudden had a boner obsession for B,
Ugh.
gets a slice through basically the back of his spine, as Felix had a hard time reaching his head.
I work with what I can.
And B, you just kind of see this ogre fold backwards on himself and crumple to the ground, no longer alive.
Whew.
With Felix
for that one,
just kind of
Felix.
looking at you there.
Thanks for distracting.
Yeah.
Sure,
well,
yeah, great job. Could
Yeah,
not
way to
have
go,
done without you.
Surya.
Bop, bop, bop.
Mio goes up and tries to recover her arrows.
I'm gonna
Super
go
glad
pick
I
up my-
cast a spell on that combat. Fuck.
Dagger too.
Your form is non-traditional, Felix.
Oh my god, why? I hate VTTs.
Yeah, I think Deepwater has a different type of fighter than your order.
Who did you train under?
I trained under a tiefling named Knifin. She helped me out when I was an orphan.
There's a lot of tieflings going around nowadays.
Might just be the part of
Shocking.
country. Do they have anything loot worthy on them? Anything noteworthy? I guess we should probably search their bodies to see
Crap.
if they had anything
Hold on a second.
incriminating.
Hold
Great idea.
on. Let me pull up some things here. All right, so the goblin had a scimitar and a short bow. And the half ogre had a we'll go with 2 javelins and a battle axe.
Anybody need these? Otherwise, I'm just gonna.
I'm taking a look.
Yeah, I can't really use any of them.
Me either.
I'll take the javelins at least.
All right.
Could sell the rest.
Yeah, it's a
Ooh.
good.
Am I able to get any
Oh,
of any of
On
my
top
arrows back?
of, we will say that you are able to acquire a third of your arrows after any confrontation.
So since I shot 2, does that mean just 1 then?
You get 1 arrow.
Okay.
They also had the goblin had a leather armor and a shield, and the ogre had hide armor.
Kit, are
Any
you
takers?
holding onto the battle axe?
I have no use for it, but if not, I'll just toss it with the rest of the stuff for party loot.
I mean,
I don't
That's a
want
little
any of
bit
that
too
armor.
big for
It
me to be swinging.
smells real bad.
I'm more of a finesse fighter. Good rapier in my hands, and you would see sparks.
So your first
Take a look.
combat went off super without any hitches there, almost as if it was a perfect plan, and you guys have fought before in a past life or something. What's up with this?
Wow. We're just so great.
I inspect the battle axe and compare it to my longsword. See, there's no discernible advantage, and toss the battle axe in with the rest of the party loot.
Thanks for
Sure
carrying
thing.
all that stuff that we're gonna sell there, Felix. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we can leave it outside. I'm gonna dig a quick cache to put it in.
As you're looking around to dig said quick cache, you actually notice that you can probably bury the stuff under a few of the boulders that have been piled up and stocked over on one side that the goblin and ogre basically put between themselves and the town.
Perfect. I'll do that there. So we got scimitar, battle axe, leather armor, battle axe, hide armor. Is that hide armor just giant, or is it?
Oh,
medium
it's
size?
huge. It's super huge.
Huge.
It
Probably use it as a
smells rank.
rug.
It's fucking huge.
All right.
Oh,
Same
eh,
plan. I can check ahead with Mew, and then we can continue.
We going in?
Right.
Well,
Let's go,
sure, why
let's-
not? Surya, are your eyes adapted to the dark?
I can see just fine.
Perfect.
Hey, Miser, I have dark vision.
When you all get closer to the tomb, if you're all approaching, I
I'd
know
be
not all of
approaching.
you are going in at once, but if you all are all approaching, you get close enough to the tomb. It seems like the opening is currently just open enough for a person of small stature to be able to shimmy through it. None of you are actually small, so it does look like you are going to have to force the door open a bit more.
As we approach, I'd like to actually use Divine Sense, so I can detect. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Good question. 1 second. I mean, I know you said that as a statement, but it's a freaking question to me, damn it.
Yes, yes, it is. Is there any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet?
No, there will be dead, but no undead. Hopefully.
Exactly. Hopefully. I'm still not convinced that this haunted tomb isn't haunted.
Totally
Only having
fucked. Yeah, you sense an undead.
Fuck. I convey to the group. Death has passed its limits here.
Oh,
Oh,
what does
goody.
that mean?
It means there are dead people buried in the tomb.
It means there
Well-
are undead people walking the tomb.
Oh,
They
like
must
a-
have woken up. That's not typical. How do you know that, friend?
Tyr guides me.
She says with a sigh, like, how could you not know?
We should probably be careful then.
Alright, the door. I can force it open if you want.
That would be helpful.
Yeah,
Very.
probably a little heavy for me.
I'll have my
As
weapons ready. Do you know how close the undead is?
They're within 60 feet.
I will definitely have my weapons ready.
Yep, rapier out.
Bow
Alright.
out and pointing at the door.
If you guys are going to force the door open even more, I need a strength check from one of you.
That would be me, I guess.
Can I assist? Or do I need to be
You
not negative?
most definitely cannot.
Cool. I think we're all negative.
Yeah.
Aside from Surya.
I have a 3-way split of stats. Normal roll, let's go. That's 20, not natural.
Alright. You managed to easily fling the door open the rest of the way. It seems like the half ogre and goblin had already loosened the door enough as it was to be able to swing a bit easier. It did take some doing to get it started, but once you started it, it just super flung open and you were ready for a lot of force opposing you, and it just didn't happen.
Door is open.
Anything coming out?
Nope.
Did you want to look ahead?
I don't think it matters with undead, as they can generally sense the presence of the living.
Then would you
Just-
like me to lead?
Stealth will not help us here. I'll walk front with you.
I will stay in the back.
As you all
Same.
enter and proceed further into the tomb, then, inside the door is a passage, and this is as you guys are walking through. 10 feet high by 10 wide, running straight into the hill. 30 feet later, it opens out into a square room, 30 feet by 30 feet, containing a stone block table. Stains and marks atop the slab suggest rusted objects were once arrayed on it. In the middle of the wall to the right of the entry passage is a closed and severely rusted door.
And describe that pedestal that was on the ground again? Or tombstone?
30
Whatever
feet
it
later,
was.
it opens out into a room containing a stone block table. Stains and marks atop this slab suggest rusted objects were once arrayed on it.
Hmm. Necromancers.
Where's the undead?
It's got to be in
Maybe.
here somewhere.
Maybe it's behind that door.
Could be down, could be up.
Alright, we'll keep our on our toes. I'm gonna check out the block table. That perception or investigation?
Either or, give me.
I will go with perception because that's higher. 21.
There's not anything defining, like there's not even any of the objects that were on it. You can assume that they've either rotted away over time or that it's just outright what it is in front of you. It's just a stone slab with stains and marks. That's about it.
Probably used for preparing embalming.
One would have a good guess at that, yes.
Nothing seems too out of the ordinary. What about the door? Is it locked?
From what you can tell, you'll actually need to give me another perception or investigation check for it.
We'll investigate the door. 7.
It still just kind of looks It's definitely closed, and it is a severely rusted over iron door.
This is a severely rusted over iron door.
Would you like me to go through it again?
Unless you see something of interest in this room, lead on.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, before we continue, that was the goblin that we were sent here to deal with. What makes us think
That's-
we...
There was at least one goblin we were sent here to deal with
Yeah.
potentially more, because they didn't see the half ogre either.
Fair point. And I'm gonna go and try to shoulder open the door.
When you go to steady yourself and place yourself on the door, you put your shoulder on it. No sooner than you put your shoulder on it, a ghostly armored male human wielding a spectral longsword emerges from through the door.
Uh-oh.
Ow.
Greetings. I'm going to greet them in common.
Is that a ghost?
Leave this place.
Why, dear?
Who are you?
Leave my master's tomb.
Oh, yeah. There's a necromancer down here, guys.
Yeah, to be honest, I forgot my silver sword.
I have absolutely no way of dealing with the incorporeal. Incorporeal.
Neither do I. I think
could-
it's time to leave.
Try and mock it to death, but I don't know if it would work.
The
All in
specter
favor-
gives you a few moments as you are all thinking it through.
I'm backing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe another time.
You're all leaving then?
Yeah. Well, now we know why they were staring at the door.
Think this job is a little more involved than we were anticipating.
Mm-hmm.
Thought they said it was just a legend.
Guess
That's
not.
cool.
That or it was a legend and someone decided to bring it to life.
Regardless, an interesting situation. But maybe not one we're equipped to handle right at this exact moment.
Is that specter still watching us?
Yes.
Hey Mio, do me a favor. Put an arrow through that thing real quick.
No, don't do that.
Someone trained in Arcana, give me a check if you have it, if you are trained in it.
I'm not trained.
Nope.
Nada.
Religion, if you are trained in religion too. Sorry, my bad.
Nope.
Ah! I'm actually trained in that!
I thought
Give
about it.
me a religion check.
Oh man, we have no. true
Yeah, no, I
arcane.
don't know shit. That's a natural one.
Let's just leave.
Actually, I can try to persuade it to let us through.
I mean, that's.
You-
I'd rather not. It's not that I'm nearly as worried about as whatever is behind it.
I'm quite worried about that. I can't do anything to that.
Alright. It just
Foul
went through that
spirit,
door.
who
I
is
don't.
your master?
Yeah, we
Please
gotta
hear
go,
it
y'all.
whispering.
We'll be back with the cleaning services.
Room service.
Wait.
Gonna go out the door here.
Be
Alright.
back with the cleaning services.
Well, yes, tombs need to be cleaned out every now and then. Standard procedure.
And
You must
we
have
will
heard, right?
clear this one out someday.
I love
Should we-
that B is just chilling with Spectre.
Oh, didn't even notice we were. I'm sorry.
Everybody else has
Should we-
bailed.
Should we come
Hey,
back
I
with
said
some
I was
flowers?
backing up first.
Since it's a tomb?
We need to come back with something to kill ghosts.
We need
Anti-ghost
to
flowers.
hear
Can-
what the fucking rumor is around this haunting. Or what the story is around this haunting.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we head back to the Bison?
Yes.
Maybe we should
Actually, so
take a
when
look
we
around
went
Or
and
is it
make sure
swinging
there's
sword?
no more goblins hiding around here.
Can
That's
do that
fair.
too.
when we went through the door, Miser, like, is there a way we could shut the door?
Yeah, you can shut the door again.
I would like to shut it on our way out, and
Give
like
me
try to
another
make it.
strength check.
All right. Sure, this'll work.
Do it.
You can actually give me athletics if it's higher.
Oh, add 2 to that, 17.
Okay. As easily as you have opened it, you have also closed it just as easily.
I'm gonna check out the encampment for any signs of other than the ogre and the goblin. Is that survival or perception?
That is survival for that one.
I would like to
Yeah.
oh wait, I'm not
Actually, a
Trained
survival
in.
or investigation.
trained in either of those things.
I love that we've noped out of the campaign.
Hey, I wasted
Uh,
a spell slot in that fucking fight, okay? I am not equipped.
Are you able to assist in investigation? Because that
Not
would be
me.
appreciated.
You've already made the roll, so we are calling it good. You do not see anything out of the ordinary. It doesn't seem like there's any extra tracks. You think you looked it over pretty well.
I
I'm
don't
just gonna-
see anything else.
You're just gonna take a loop around the tomb, just kind of look and make sure there's no other tracks of goblins or any other signs. While he's
All
checking
right,
out the
give
camp.
me a survival or investigation check as well.
I can't assist if I'm not trained, right?
Correct.
That's what I thought.
Wow, great roll.
So good.
Right.
Much like Felix's search of the encampment itself, around the encampment you don't see anything extra out of the ordinary.
Well, it looks like that's all there was. That's kind of strange.
We're gonna bring the party loot back to town then.
Maybe go see Minnie first.
Yeah, well, I don't know because we haven't finished clearing out the actual tomb. They're deeper inside.
True.
We at least cleared out the goblin.
Yeah, they were worried about the goblins, so at least that's been taken care of.
This is true. Let's stop by the inn first so we can drop off this stuff and then we can go see Minnie.
Great.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Obviously does not take you much time to actually get back to town. About a few minutes. Since you entered from the east, it takes you pretty much another 3-ish minutes to get to the Swinging Sword. 2 of you do not actually have your keys, and 1 of you doesn't even actually use this place to sleep in yet.
No, we need to
Probably
go see
wait outside.
Lauren anyway. But
Yeah, I think we'd go to Lauren and try to get some information on the actual story behind the haunting, or any of that.
All right.
oh, because Felix told you that Lauren is the one who made up that it's haunted.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was
Okay. Yeah,
mentioned
let's go.
multiple times.
Yep.
Okay.
You're right.
All right. So you guys head over to Lauren's shop.
Skipping the whole way because that's what she does.
So the 4 of you, oddities each, walk in. The 1 customer that was there looks at the 4 of you, looks over at Lauren, who seems like he is currently in the midst of making something, and quickly scurries themselves out of the shop. As Lauren turns around and says, "All right, I got you. Just come back for it later."
It's like he's seeing a ghost.
I calmly say good afternoon to that person as they walk out.
Good afternoon. Meow.
Alright, so you guys haven't been in town for a bit. I'm assuming you went to go see that haunted tomb?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we found a couple friends.
Yeah, we actually just got back from there.
Oh yeah? How'd it
Yeah,
go?
we-
Did you take care of the goblin?
Yeah, we took care of the half ogre.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, there was a
There
goblin
was-
and a half ogre there. They're both
Correct.
gone now.
Huh.
Also,
Then we
that
saw a
tomb.
ghost.
Yeah, shit's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
About that.
Wait, what? I just told that as a story for the kids to get a good kick out of.
No, I think
yeah,
there's a
there's-
necromancer in there.
No. Shit's haunted.
No, that shit is haunted.
Alright, well,
Yeah, it went through the
Huh.
door and everything. It was really
Got
spooky.
any history on that tomb?
I mean, I know a bit about it, but I didn't actually expect it to be haunted.
And anything you have would be helpful, because I can't stab ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, over time, many rich folks built in the valley. Some are buried in the old tombs near our town. So I'm guessing this tomb was the final resting place of a I don't know, some forgotten noble who was a warrior back in his day.
Hmm.
Yeah, the ghost
Somewhat
was saying
creepy.
to leave his master's tomb.
Well, was it so it was a servant of this noble, you think?
Could have
Seems
been.
that way.
Can we describe what the ghost had looked like to him?
As you describe what pretty much you had seen of the ghost, it seems like something clicks to Lauren, and Lauren says, "Oh, it's that noble. I don't remember the name, but there was a noble who had absolutely died because a certain guard had actually failed to protect them. So you might have been seeing the specter of that guard."
Is there anybody that would know more about this particular guard or noble that you know of?
Unfortunately, no. Most of that shit's forgotten.
Hmm.
I only know of it because I like to tell stories to the kids.
Sounds like it's likely that it's only the one specter then, but
But how do
Maybe.
we deal with the one specter?
maybe until we're capable of hurting it, we warn people to stay away.
I would advise keep the kids staying away from the tombs. Tell them
I will absolutely not tell that story for a while.
Where's the
they're
nearest
taxes
church?
or something.
Where is the church indeed? Hold on.
could use the assistance of a cleric, I think.
Yeah.
The divine generally know how to deal with the undead.
Says the divine one.
Yeah, I look at her with a raised eyebrow. Aren't you divine?
Technically speaking, Surya's more fighter looking at this point than divine.
Right, but
Yep.
she's mentioned Tyr several times, hasn't she?
Aren't you, yeah, I'm like, hey, aren't you a paladin here?
Lorem pipes
Yeah.
up and says, "Well, the All Faith Shrine is here. As the name implies, all faiths. It does not hold partiality towards any one faith. But you might be able to find something there. It's just down the road, right south of the inn."
To Felix's question, I am a cadet of the order. I do not have access to the arms we use for undead.
Ah, I see.
Gotcha.
Well,
Well, maybe
I
we
guess
can
we could-
persuade someone to give us a hand.
Thanks,
let's
Lauren.
let's go check it out.
Oh, so you had mentioned room and board set up yet?
Oh, right. Hold on a second. Let me just. He basically shuffles under his display case again and comes back out with 2 keys, both with the numbers 2 and 3 on them.
I take the number 2.
I will
Yeah.
rock, paper, scissors you for that.
Oh
Same.
dear. I think you should just let me have it.
Well,
Please.
if you both want it,
I
you could
much
share it.
prefer even numbers over odd.
Oh, that's not a good enough reason for me to give this up. Come on. Come on, be a dear.
Tell
Well,
you,
if you
do I
can't-
have dice?
My past life is calling to me. I have a 1 key for trade for number 2.
Would you like to get your pack out of the first room?
I'm just kidding.
I do not have dice. I'll flip a coin
Well-
for it. How's that sound?
If you both want that room, you could just share.
That'd be fine.
That's acceptable.
Great. I take the 2 key and put it on a chain on my neck and put it inside my armor.
Mio, I know you've been sleeping with Haley. Would you prefer to have a room at the inn then? I sort of have an extra key at this point.
Well, if it's gonna go to waste, guess I could.
Loren hands you the key.
I'll take the key.
Just out of character. How does Loren have these keys instead of the, innkeeper?
I would not trust that room.
Because Loren specifically said that he would get the keys from
Oh, yeah,
Kylesa
that's
Right.
true.
because-
Yep.
He
okay.
offered to arrange lodging for us.
I do remember that.
Right, well, we were gonna go to the church, right?
Let's
Yeah.
stop by and drop this stuff off first. I motion to the battle axe, the huge hide armor, everything else.
Definitely showing proof of your of what was out there. Thanks. Our constable would actually need that to show that you have taken care of the job.
Sure.
I was unaware we had a constable.
Oh yes.
What else?
I am unfamiliar with the name at the moment because there are more pages I have to flip through. Oh my gosh.
All right.
Where would we
Lauren
need? We'd
presumably will
probably
be
need to
back
read it.
after we've dealt with a ghost.
However you find a way to take care of that, I would be much appreciated to get rid of a specter right outside our town.
I would too. With that, I'm going to head to the inn real quick.
You guys following?
I have the key, so
Yeah, I'd actually like to retrieve my pack.
B, are you following then?
at a very slow and casual pace, waiting for Felix to realize that he can't do shit without my help.
Oh, there's got to be more than one key.
Mio would probably follow
Uh,
with B.
Yeah, I'm gonna link arms with Mew, and we'll
I'm
walk
going-
together.
Once I get there, I'm going
Okay.
to introduce myself to. Where are my notes?
B, give
Kylesa.
me. B, give me a charisma save.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Good thing I have proficiency.
You can resist it if you would like, but Mio's skipping step seems almost contagious.
Oh no, I'll totally skip with her. I'll teach her how to pot a beret. So we can like off to see the wizard it. You know?
Perfect.
Yep.
In a super short distance from one building straight down to the next.
Yeah. That's the perfect amount of time for me to teach her how to pot a beret. It's perfect.
Great. All right, Felix, what were you doing then?
I was gonna introduce myself to Kylesa and mention that Lauren had procured a room, and I was hoping for a extra key to room 2, as mine had been taken by B.
Oh, Felix, there's not any extra keys. The only extra key is my master key.
Persuade. Ask her if she's sure.
Roll persuasion.
Shit. Hope she rolls low to save. Beat it an 8.
She raises an eyebrow at you. I have no reason to lie to you. I can open the room for you if you two are sharing the room, but there is no extra key for it.
That would be appreciated. I'm carrying some heavy stuff.
All right.
I'm right behind you. You're very impatient.
Well, I kind of want that specter dealt with sooner rather than later, B.
It's just an extra minute, Felix.
Aren't you the one with an obligation tonight?
We'll be back. I'm 1 minute behind him.
Gonna
Not even. You're like
drop
5 seconds
stuff
behind.
off.
I opened the door and motioned for him to put the shit down with a raised eyebrow.
As Felix was talking to Kylesa, that can happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Felix,
Alright.
come on. Let's go. Hurry.
Stuff's packed. Are we gonna split up and two of us go to the church, two to go to Minthra Cook, or how do we want to do that?
I will go to the church.
I'm gonna
we
stop
need-
by Minnie. She is a little bit older and she might know something.
Aren't we
I,
supposed to
I'll-
take this stuff to the constable to
Maybe
give proof
after
that we took care of it?
We haven't taken care of the entire situation yet. I'd
Yeah.
rather talk to Constable once rather than 2 or 3 times.
we'll go to the
Okay.
constable for sure. But maybe after.
Loren, as if coming to his senses, is reminding himself of who the constable is. Ah, you'll be looking for Harburg. He's probably patrolling around town somewhere. It might actually be a bit hard to find him.
Harbrook?
Harburg.
Got it.
Harberk.
U-R-K. Close.
URK. Harberk. Constable. Not Constable, Constable. Alright.
Surya, if you'll have my company, I'd be happy to join you at the church.
Do you not burn in the presence of holy water?
Oh, goodness. Come now. Of course not. I don't know why
I'll-
you're so worried. I'm perfectly harmless.
I'll let you know what I find out from Minnie. We can meet at the tavern this evening,
Yeah,
or perhaps beforehand, depending on how
I'll
long
come
each of
with
us
you
take.
to Minnie.
Sounds good.
Alright, so 2 of you are going to the church, which is closer. We'll do you 2 first.
And we'll be right back then.
B and Surya, you 2 literally just go whoop.
Whoop.
Legit 1 building down.
Hey, we go next door. Guys, we are very perceptive of the church as we pass by.
Loren,
Extreme
Loren
perception.
told you it was the building right under the church.
Yeah.
Right to the south of the church. On a map, right under, but since the
Yeah.
directions.
Under the church would have been weird for the church to be.
Under the inn, just like
Yeah.
Under-
in the
under
basement.
Yep.
And a priest basically greets you at the entrance. It's kind of a smallish church, despite accepting so many faiths in it. More so, just seems like a little way stop shrine for most of the passing by common wagons and merchants and any other nobles or anyone really that would care to do some praying or catch up on their vows or things like that while they're passing through. So one cleric leads to another. Or one priest
One
leads
thing
to
leads to
another.
another.
And you are led in front of a person who greets himself to you as Imdar Relvander.
Imdar Ralvander? I probably butchered that. That's all good.
This is like the high priest.
No,
He
I
will-
didn't butcher it as bad as I thought.
B will curtsy.
Ah, you must be the visitors everyone's been talking about. My name is Imdar. Imdar Relvander. Who might you two be?
Hello, Imdar. I am Surya of the Knights of Samular.
You are the one that's come to us. And
Indeed.
you?
B. Pleasure to meet you.
Just B?
Just the letter B. All my friends call me B.
I would like to pursue that further at some point.
Sure.
But what brings you here for now?
Just outside of town, we've run into an issue with some undead. And I was wondering if I could get your guidance.
An issue with some undead? So Loren's tales weren't all folk tales?
It seems that way. When we entered the tomb, a specter appeared through the door and warned us to leave his master alone.
Huh. Well, I have little doubt that you are incorrect on that, considering the other stuff that could potentially be happening around town. So I'm assuming you are looking for a way to take care of it, and that is why you have come to me.
Absolutely.
Indeed, I have not made it far enough in my training for the undead.
All right. As you two and him talk further about it, you explain the specter to him more, and he concludes that, oh, well, this seems like a rather relatively weak shade, as it were. I don't have any holy water readily available. That actually takes a bit to consecrate and get ready to do. But I don't see any reason why you guys wouldn't have any problems taking care of it the normal way.
Excuse me, but from my training, I understood that normal iron could not pierce the flesh of a specter.
That is usually true for more higher ranking ones. At most, this one might be able to resist a little bit of your blade, but it will definitely feel its touch.
Well,
Fantastic.
thank you, Imdar. That is a great relief.
Can I inside check him? Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
You're not gonna trust the cleric? Damn it!
I just want to know how sure he is. And I don't know anything.
100% positively sure you believe every word he says.
Fantastic.
You don't even know how, but you've just like, as boring as that explanation was, you were hanging on every word as if it was the God-given truth of Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
The most truthful person you have ever seen.
Great, we're all set.
Imdar, if I might be so bold, which deity do you worship?
I worship Tempest.
Tempest, got it.
My fellow assistant here is a devotee of Sune. She is Lemura, and she's been out and about for a little bit, but she'll be back around sometime if you would like to meet her.
Indeed later, but for now, allow me to leave a gift for Tempest's guidance.
What do you do?
I would like to leave a silver.
Thank you, young Surya.
No, thank you for all of your help.
Sincerely appreciated.
Now to
May
check if I
Tempest
actually have
guide you.
money. I'm assuming I'm supposed to have money.
You would have money. It
You have
would
the
be
opposite
populated
problem
from your
that I have.
background.
How much money was I supposed to have, Rebecca?
You have to check it's per your background. You usually have a pouch with a certain amount of gold.
All right.
I have the backgrounds up. Which one did you? Which one are you?
Knight of the Order.
You have.
I guess we don't need the initiative order up right
10
now.
gold. You have 10 gold.
10, perfect.
Can I just... What the hell?
Tur order's back.
That is not how I spelled that. Spelled it with a 1 M. Or 1 R.
Perfect. I have left
silver piece.
Revelander. Relvander.
Revelander?
Relvander. I don't know.
Apparently I need to reload roll 20.
Yeah, it crapped out for a second.
Yeah, but I tried bringing up the turn order just to clear it out and close out of it, and it's like, alright, I think
Oh,
we're
this
good.
is a pretty big module, so it's probably having to load all that
Oh,
crap.
it's huge, dude. It's freaking huge.
It is a 1 through 15, so it's got to be a lot.
Yee.
What time is it now? Ish.
So you have all been proceeding pretty quickly. It is a little after afternoon at this point.
Okay.
So
If
it's not
one
high
were
noon.
to if one were to actually like know clock faces and whatnot, one could assume that the sun is probably saying it might be around, 1-ish, 1:30.
Gotcha. Hey, Matthias, yeet yourself back to Friday, please. Okay.
Before the DM yotes you back there anyways. Just go to Sai. You can have your fucking character back. Alright, moving on to the two that went to the poultry place again, to Minnie's. You two enter the poultry shop. Felix and Mio.
Hey, Minnie.
Minnie is actually in the front of the shop this time. Was talking with one of her grandchildren and goes, "Oh, you're back, I see."
Yeah, we stopped by the tomb real quick to scope things out. We took care of a goblin and a half ogre that were hanging out. We did come across a specter within the tomb. I'm gonna describe what the specter looked like and ask her if she knows anything about the noble and the guard that have been laid to rest there.
Oh, I don't know much about that. I would assume Lauren, who actually made up the story, could tell you more.
He didn't have that much on him.
Unfortunately, I was only really wanting you to take care of the goblin issue. I didn't know the place was actually haunted.
The goblin issue is taken care of as far as we know. We didn't see any signs of any living within the tomb, nor of anything else around the tomb.
That is very good. That does mean that that my grandchildren and other children could actually play not too carefree, but they, would have a lot less risk at least.
Probably want to stay out of the tomb for now, though the door is closed and I don't think that they are quite large enough to open them yet.
Pell will definitely stay away from the tomb, correct, dearie? Pell fervently shakes her head yes at that. Knowing that it is actually haunted has quite freaked her out.
We're gonna head back in there in a while to try and clear out the specter, I think. Do you have anything that can deal with specters?
I do not, but as thanks for clearing out the goblin, I would like to say that, whenever you're feeling like you're low on food or whatnot, you can come pick up a chicken from us. Don't be too bad with that now. Don't try to clean us out, but we can probably help you out. Not just chicken. We have obviously other things of poultry here. We have the eggs and all the other stuff.
Do you have any flour on hand?
I might have some flour on hand. What are you trying to do?
It's just good to have a sack of flour on hand in case there are invisible enemies around or anything.
I can't spare a sack of flour, but I can at least give you a small pouch of it.
That would be appreciated.
She hands you a half-pound pouch of flour.
Okay. My God, if I could spell.
Spelling is hard.
Um. Well, Minnie, we will let you know after the tomb is safe. Gonna.
Thank you very much, and thank you for making sure that my grandchildren could also stay safe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And Mio, thank you for always keeping them entertained.
Huh, don't mention it.
But I did just mention it. Thank you. It's been really helpful around the town for the past week.
Yeah, they're fun to play with.
They can take
Right.
quite a lot of time out of your day, though. So be wary of that.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Goodbye now. Enjoy your
Okay.
stay in
Goodbye.
Red Larch.
Mew, do you want to regroup with Surya, or do you want to? Yeah, I guess we should. Let's head to the
Yeah, we should.
tavern and regroup.
Okay, let's go.
All right. You all finish your stuff relatively around the same time, which actually leads to when Felix and Mule walk out of the poultry, you two see up ahead on the road, Surya and B also walking out of the All Faith Shrine.
I'll wave him down. Hope you two got better information than we did.
Indeed, it appears that this specter is vulnerable to cold steel.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well then. We can go deal with this problem ourselves.
Indeed.
I am happy to go now, but not exactly at my full strength at the moment.
Were you hurt in the battle?
As a forewarning, no, I am not injured, but I only have so much power per day at the moment.
I see.
And I may have overestimated the ferocity of that half ogre a little bit.
Well,
To be fair, the half ogre was very ferocious and was actually very strong, capable of one-shotting you guys very easily.
Yeah, which is why I baned it, but now I only have one spell slot.
The
And
problem
as
is
the only
that you
person with
guys
heals in this
had
group, it makes me nervous.
6 turns before it could go, and then it saw a pretty lady.
yeah, action economy is a bitch.
Yeah, so that's my in-character explanation. My out-of-character explanation is I'm the only person with healing magic. I mean, I guess Surya has lay on hands, but I only have one spell slot, and it makes me nervous.
Well,
We can go if you want. I will use my cantrips only and save a healing word for if any of you go down, but
I believe the longer that we wait, the more danger this town is in.
all right, let's go.
let's
So
just
you
be
Head on
careful.
over.
You guys
Yeah.
head back out to the Spectre?
Yep.
Yep, I'm gonna knock on the rusted iron door.
Alright. No check required to open the initial door this time. You're familiar with it, so you just kind of know how to swing it open easily enough. And knocking on the door, basically, as soon as your first knock touches it. That's not what I want. Other tab, there we go. That same specter appears again.
And I would like to attempt to persuade him to let us in to clean.
Leave my master's tomb.
We are here to pay our respects and to clean your master's tomb. 24.
Leave this place.
Does he just not care?
He is not shaken by your persuasion at all.
I'm gonna just strike at the
All right.
specter.
In that case, yeah.
Surya, give me your surprise action attack then. No advantage, but you do get an attack.
Okay. Long sword. 1. Normal roll. Does a 14 hit?
1 second. Yes.
And 6 damage. So one hand.
All right. So something you do notice is that the what was his name? Imdar was extremely accurate with his description, where your steel works on it. It's not necessarily vulnerable to it, and it does indeed have a strength against it, but it did reel back from the strike.
I think I
And roll
felt a bit of
initiative.
resistance on that.
1 second, let me put this window up. Make sure you have your token selected, and then roll resist or roll initiative. Roll resistance.
Ooh. I'm glad I got my attack roll in early, because I'm not gonna get to go again.
Damn, I rolled the same thing again.
I didn't. Mine was lower.
And Kit.
Hang on. There we go.
I will get that added to you because I don't
No
think you
valid token. I have my token selected.
There you go, 20. All right, what is your plus to initiative?
+3.
All right.
If this thing is higher than that, then I am fucking bailing.
You know, I'm suddenly less worried about the specter than I was before.
All right, Felix, it's your go. Remember, flanking rules do not apply. There is a door directly behind him, so you can't actually like get to a pure flank anyways, even if they were active.
Don't need one. I just need an ally within 5 feet of him.
That what does work for sneak attack. You just don't have advantage.
Take a swing at him with our short sword. 25. Oh, crit.
Nice.
That is indeed a crit. All right, so that is a total of
Oh, shit.
a lot. That's a 13 plus 7, so 20.
Oh, shit.
So Surya, you saw some skills out of Felix already, but you don't know how Felix managed to pinpoint a direct weakness of the Spectre. Even though his blade seemingly passed right through as if it did nothing, the Spectre is extremely reeling in pain.
Fucking Asuna. I'm gonna follow up with my dagger.
Okay. There's
No,
no sneak on this one.
no sneak on it. I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit.
A 12 hits.
Oh, then it deals 4 damage.
Yep. It actually deals half that, so 2 for
Just
resistance.
Till I get my smite.
Alright, and now the Spectre is going to go. And, there's a certain rogue.
I
that just
don't
beat the
know
shit
who you're
out of the
talking about.
Spectre. So the Spectre is going to try to attack this rogue. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
All right. I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Fuck. No.
All right. You take 4 damage. On top of that damage was done to your max
hit point total.
Oh,
You're
lovely.
not looking so good.
It's not great.
Max HP. Override max HP?
Yeah.
So, well, I'm at full.
I cannot heal you. That's correct.
Don't worry, guys. I feel 100% of
How many
60%.
stabbings could you take?
If I were to put a number to it, I would say 6.
6 tiny stabbings. Got it.
That brings up B.
I'm
Okay.
going to say not bad, but I did better.
Basically, Felix, as you were struck, the sword also passed right through you as if it did nothing until you feel your life literally being drained from your body, and a little tendril of that, of what you assume is your life force, connecting to the edge of that sword.
Hey, I want that back.
B is going to tongue out Winky Face and blow a raspberry and cast Vicious Mockery at it.
Okay. What do I need to roll? Charisma?
Wisdom 13.
Wisdom 13, got it. It succeeds with an 18.
And then I move over here. Yeah, come on. Move over here and
The
I'm
room is technically 30 by 30, but you have plenty of room to move around for
I just
whatever.
want to not be right next to Mew, so.
Alright, which also brings up Mew.
Gonna shoot it. 'Cause
All right.
that's what she does.
17 is a hit. You deal 5 piercing damage.
Okay. I'm assuming that pretty much all these arrows are going to be gone because they're passing through and hitting against this.
They're
stone.
absolutely hitting the stone door, or the rusted iron door, but you've only shot 1 arrow, so can't really cover. You recover a fletching of that arrow. That brings up Surya, tailing in the back of
Wait, I
this turn
actually
order.
get a turn?
You get a turn.
Whoa. What can Surya even do?
Surya would like to put a longsword through it.
All right. Give me a roll.
13.
That's your
Wait,
initiative
that's
roll.
initiative. What the fuck?
Nice.
So I'm going to allow that you can take that roll anyways,
Yeah.
because that was a 14 on the base of the d20, which a 14 was enough to hit.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Let
You
me
hit.
hit the longsword button. Alright, 9
it's a
damage.
good thing you hit off the initiative. Your sword, at the same time as kind of like phases through, kind of shimmers through the specter. The specter itself shimmers and fades out of existence.
Alright.
And as it fades out, it goes, "My master."
Is dead.
Nice.
Alright, I would like to divine sense again. Now that we've removed the undead.
All right.
So any celestial fiends or undead within 60 feet, not behind total.
Give me a second.
You want to open that door first there? Because otherwise they're definitely behind total cover.
Fair point. I will try to knock down the door first.
Don't need to knock it down, chap. Just open it.
Strength
Give
athletic.
me
Is it locked?
a strength check.
Normal roll. 22. That's a natural 20.
You have utterly no issues in opening this rusted door. It makes a shit ton of noise, obviously, but no issues actually opening it.
Alright, now divine sense.
It's making
You
a
sense
lot of
nothing.
noise. Mio would probably cringe back, holding her hands over her ears.
Hold on, I'll be over here.
I don't sense any undead in the immediate vicinity, but that doesn't mean we're in the clear.
Well, let's go check it out.
All right. Do you guys proceed forward?
Yep.
I guess I'll lead the way.
Lead on. I'm feeling 100% of 60%.
I was just about to ask if you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine eventually. Do I have to make another roll for this? Or
No.
cool. I'll probably sleep it off later or something.
Okay.
I'll lead the way.
Beyond the rusted door is another square room, 20 feet by 20 feet, containing a stone coffin. The ceiling is cracked, allowing roots and water into the chamber from multiple points. Although little collects here, at the coffin's feet is a rusty iron chest.
I'm going to investigate the chest for traps.
Give me an investigation roll.
Roll.
You have no idea how badly I want to stab the chest.
Definitely no traps. Is the chest locked?
So much like a lot of the other stuff here, even if the chest was locked, the rusted away iron has basically rusted the lock itself away as well from all of the water that's been dripping around and everything like that.
Felix will confidently open the
Felix?
chest.
Hold up.
What's up?
Check the coffin first.
Check the coffin. Okay. Also gonna investigate the
Felix
coffin
like
again.
has a hand on the chest about like it's almost in the opening position, and instead Felix takes his hand off of that to place his hand on the coffin.
10.
Yes.
Nothing out of the ordinary from the outside of the coffin. Are you actually attempting to open it?
There's like no names or anything scrawled on it.
Everything's faded. The water damage in this place is intense.
So for your sensing undead, if there was something in here, Surya, would you be able to sense it, or does it need to be a jar?
I think it needs to be a jar.
I don't see any traps on it, so would you like to move this giant stone slab open?
Sure thing. Please be ready with your sword.
Yeah, I'm prepared with my sword. I'm going to ready an action to attack anything that decides to come out.
So you open the coffin?
Yeah, I'm gonna push open the coffin.
Inside the coffin is a skeleton dressed in a rusted breastplate and clasping a longsword to its chest. All of a sudden, this longsword floats up from this skeleton and begins to attack you. I'm just going to keep you guys in initiative order where you're at.
Okay.
Do I get my ready to action on it?
You can get your ready to action on it.
Cool.
So we'll count this more as a surprise round action than a readied one.
Cool. 20. So advantage or no advantage?
No advantage. The sword is not able to be surprised.
Oh, neat. 19.
A 19 is a hit.
Cool. Sneak attack or nah?
I don't think it is immune to sneak attack because that's just not a rule of 5th edition, but otherwise it would be a construct.
Okay, well, it is. I guess the question is Surya within 5 feet? They were opening the coffin?
Remember, I called this a surprise round.
Okay. Cool. Then, 14 damage.
Okay. So Felix is definitely proving his mettle right in the beginning of this campaign. He seems to be on point for anything that needs to be attacked. As this sword, which was already pretty rusted over itself, is already looking like it's about to break at this point. B, this brings up you.
Oh. Hang on, I have a bonus action with my
Okay.
dagger, I think. You get a bonus action on surprise round, yeah, because it just functions as a regular round.
Let me put you back at the top there. Yep.
Okay. 9. I'm assuming that misses.
A 9 is a miss.
Okay.
Would you like to move or are you staying there?
I will stay there.
B, now that brings up you.
B is gonna go ahead and assume that this thing can't take psychic damage.
You're not gonna
And-
mock it?
I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna hit it with my rapier.
Longsword,
going
more
to
like dagger.
put you here instead because you would have stepped into a coffin down there.
Cool. Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
All right, and you're attacking it with whatever weapon. Go for it.
Nice.
Suck
It
it.
is very nice. A 19 is a hit. And the rusted sword be deftly stabs at a rusted sword because it was currently apparently focused on Felix. B was able to get a good enough angle to judge at and strike at the crack that Felix had already put there. Stabbing through it splits the sword the rest of the way in half, and this flying sword loses its magical capabilities of flight and falls down, most likely non-functioning anymore.
The sword was cleft in twain.
B
Yes.
puts her rapier back in its sheath with a flourish.
I'm going to stab the skeleton for good measure.
Give me an attack with advantage.
Did it not do it twice? Okay, it did.
It did.
It just does it on the left and right.
And then the black number is the actual roll. The grayed out number is the one that's not.
Interesting.
So you successfully stab at the skeleton's armor and you bounce off the armor of the skeleton.
Does it do anything?
Nope.
Think it's dead. Surya, what's your verdict?
I can do this about once more today.
Well, is there any other rooms in this chamber? I don't think there were.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna divine sense to see if there's any undead.
Sorry, I had a hard time finding my push to talk button for a second there. There is not. You're good.
The room is clear.
Alright, so
You
this
can open
thing
the
is
chest.
probably dead then. I'm a little bit leery after seeing that sword rise. I'm gonna give the chest another once over.
Nice way to cheat in another investigation roll. I'll allow it.
22, not 20.
Yeah, it's a little better.
In your confidence, not only do you inspect the outside of the chest, you open the chest, and the chest itself contains some ruined cloth and the sodden remains of a book. But closer inspection, much closer inspection with how well Felix is being sketchy of things now at this moment, reveals that there's a false bottom to the chest. When you're looking at it, you're looking at the outside of the chest, looking inside the chest. You keep looking at it like that for a little bit and go, huh, the bottom's higher than the actual bottom outside. You search around a bit longer, you find the mechanism that releases the bottom of the chest. And within is a gold chain locket. And the locket itself has a portrait of a lovely half-elf female etched in the profile on the inside. This is worth 100 GP. There are 2 rings of braided silver and an electrum piece. These are all 25 GP each.
And when you say an electrum piece, you mean like an ingot or
It's
something?
literally 2 rings of braided silver and electrum. So it's like braided silver
Oh.
and
Got it. Not in an electrum piece as in the current.
yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Alright.
And the 2, so that is 100 GP for the gold chain with locket, and then 25 GP each for the 2 rings.
Excellent. I will add those to party loot. Looking at the ruined cloth and the soggy book, is the ruined cloth shape, any kind of shape that's recognizable?
Going off of the same investigation check, just to make it easier, none of it is recognizable, and all of it is so destroyed at this point that you can't even. There's nothing useful you can gain out of this.
Okay, does anybody want this junk? I'm gonna indicate the ruined cloth and soggy book.
Let me see the book.
I'll pass it over.
I'm gonna flip through it.
It falls apart as you try flipping through it.
Garbage, and I just sort of drop it where it is.
No, but I'll wear
Um,
one of those rings until we have time to sell it.
The noble have anything interesting on him, Surya?
I would like to inspect the breastplate.
Just a rusted breastplate,
All I see is-
unrecoverable from anything if you were trying to use it for actual use.
all I see is a rusted breastplate.
Alright, should probably close this tomb back up.
Indeed, the dead should.
Yep. While they were
Remain.
doing that, Mio would probably be going around looking at the walls, see if there's anything that looks weird or interesting.
Unfortunately, no. It's just a rather nondescript tomb at this point. Everything's been eroded by weather and water at this point.
Okay, so let's recap. We've killed a goblin, a half ogre, specter, and a ghost sword. And we think now we have cleansed this place of evil.
There's no other doors, correct? It was just the one leading in here?
Correct.
Yeah, I think with that we're good. It's weird that there's only one noble buried in.
Yeah, it
Wow.
doesn't really match up with Lauren's story, does it?
Well, maybe if he was rich enough, he had his own tomb.
I suppose. Do you think there are other tombs around then? Well, let's head back to town, I guess. This place is cleaning services.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else here. So, yeah, let's head back to town.
Quick clarification, Kit, is Felix ignoring B?
No,
She asked you for one of the rings. Did you hear her?
I did not. No.
She asked if she could wear one of the rings until we have time to sell it.
Felix will toss that over.
Great, thank you.
We are going to call the game there for the night.
Yahoo!
Okay.
Did it!
We didn't die.
Yoo-hoo!
So, as a brief introduction to this module so far, what do you think?
Awesome.
Uh,
Yeah, it's fun.
nice
Very
little
good.
start to the story. No one died.
Yeah.
Nice.
Level 1 is the most dangerous.
Level 1 through 4 is the most dangerous. Well, level 1 through 3.
I want to tell you-
Types.
I want to tell you, Kit, how close to death you had become. You really were. So that life drain attack
Mm-hmm.
could hit for 3d10.
Oh. That's lovely. It didn't though.
It didn't. You want to know what's even better about that?
Mm-hmm.
If you fail your Constitution save and it brings you to 0, you are permadead.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Well, rip Felix. At least he went out in style.
Man, we were like, oh, we could get rid of that one specter, no biggie.
Totally flexed on the goblin and the specter.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 3d10, 3d6. That's still high though. An
Yeah, no,
average
that
damage
is-
of 10. An average of 10 per turn.
That's fine.
Oofa doofa.